Hello, Summoners. Summoners War World Arena Championship is back again this year. Summoners will be competing in the tournament with a total prize of $210,000. Starting with the preliminary in late August. Are you ready to join the 3-month journey to find out who becomes the best summoner of all? Let's see what has changed from last year. First, due to COVID-19, we will be holding all matches of the SWC 2020 as crowdless and online. Second, with this change, this year's preliminary and group stages will be integrated. The double elimination method will be applied from the preliminary to provide fairer match opportunities. Same as last year, SWC 2020 is divided into the Americas, Europe, and Asia-Pacific regions. Summoners who showed a great performance in the World Arena Season 12 and Season 13 will be selected based on the region they reside in and will play as the region's representative. SWC mode, the battle mode where summoners cannot pre-ban the monsters that were pre-banned in the last game, will be applied for all matches. For example, when playing multiple games, if Player A pre-bans Wind Fairy King in the first set, Player A cannot pre-ban Wind Fairy King again in the second set. However, Player A will be able to pre-ban Wind Fairy King in the third set. Now, let's look into each stage. Preliminary. For Europe and Americas, 16 players, regardless of the countries, will be playing in the preliminary. For Asia Pacific, it will be divided into Korea, Japan, Chinese Taipei and Hong Kong, Southeast Asia, and others. And 8 players will be playing for each region. The double elimination method will be applied to the preliminary. Players will be divided into winners group and losers group according to the first game's results. All players will have 2 chances. The players that won from the winners group and the players that won from the losers group's final match will advance to the Regional Cup respectively. Regionals. A total of 8 players that advance from the preliminary will fight in the Regional Cup to win tickets to the World Finals. The Regional Cups will be held as quarterfinals with single elimination method. America's Cup will be held on October 24th, Asia Pacific Cup on October 31st, and Europe Cup on November 7th. 4 players from Asia Pacific region, including 1 player from the separate selection tournament in China, 2 players from America's Cup, and 2 players from Europe Cup will advance to the World Finals. In November, 8 players representing their regions will play in the World Finals to become the final winner. Who will become the best summoner of all in 2020? Please stay tuned. We will see you at the World Arena, where all the exciting and fierce SWC battles happen online.
Hello everyone and welcome to the RTA Season 13 Legend Tournament. My name is Evan and I'm joined at the table by Seppi. What's going on, Seppi?
So glad to be here, finally. It's been like 4 seasons since we did this together.
Or like 5 hours, depending on how you're counting. Joined at the table, more like joined at the hip. This is our second stream today. What's going on, everybody, and welcome again to the RTA Season 13 Legend Tournament. If this is your first time here and you're wondering what this is, back in the olden days, we used to make people, whoever was at number 1, they would just become the legend. But now, we make them fight for it. And that's what we're here to celebrate today.
Exactly, Evan. We're here to see the top 4 best players of Season 13 finding it out to see who's going to be the best one.
That's right. And you may know that the RTA season is just ended at midnight. So technically speaking, we don't actually know who the top 4, they're probably the top 4 that were there at the info section towards the end of the season's closing. But there was a lot of wiggle room towards the end. So we're going to have that guaranteed bracket for you here in just a second. But in a little bit, we might as well tell you a little bit about how these players got here in the first place. So you see the way that this goes, we have the RTA season, and then we come to this RTA Legend Tournament, and whoever comes out of here in number 1, they're going to be put into the Hall of Fame forever.
Yeah, not only that, this season is extremely important because it's one of the 2 seasons that counts for the SWC that's going to come for this year.
Yeah, you may have seen that trailer in the beginning. The SWC 2020 pre-registration is actually now open in the events page, and seasons 12 and 13 are going to be taken into account. So you're going to see a lot of players putting their foot in the door here, and if any of this strikes your fancy, you might want to pre-register as well to try your hand at SWC.
Exactly. And we're kind of curious if you're in chat or like rooting for someone special that you want to see here tonight. We got a lot of known faces. And we got to see a little bit of their preferred monsters and preferred bands in a little bit. So stay with us because that's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil who's in the top 4, but we do have some returning faces. We got a couple veterans here and a couple notable absentees. Like, we were expecting to see some people up here and they didn't make it into the top 4. And we have some newcomers as well.
Yeah, maybe a dark horse might take it all because this time the winner of the last season Legend Tournament, Tomato, is not here to defend the title. So we might see one of the finalists from last time try to take it all since the champion of SWC 2017 didn't make it this time.
Yeah, that's right. That's kind of a first. We haven't seen that in a really long time. And so just so you guys have a little idea of how this is going to be carried out, we're going to walk you through the structure here in just a second, but what you're going to be expecting is a best of 3 in the quarterfinals, followed by a best of 5 in the finals. I just walked you through this journey mere moments ago. World Arena season ends, and then that takes us here where we are right now today, the Legend Tournament. And towards the end of this, we're going to find out who the legend is, who walks away as a new member of the Hall of Fame.
Exactly, and like Kevin mentioned, the top 4 are going to fight through 2 best of 3s in the semifinals and finally a best of 5 to decide who's the winner. And this is going to be on the SWC mode, which means there's going to be a pre-ban rule in which players can't repeat that pre-ban 2 times in a row. So if a player bans a monster on the first match, on the second one, that huge threat might go through.
That's why I love it. You got to face your fears eventually. And here's what they stand to win. So of course, you get the Legend title next to your name forever. You also get a hallmark on your island so that anytime somebody comes to visit you, they know that they're in the presence of a legend. And of course, they get those awesome transmog, the auras, and a fluffy little bird.
Oh my god, I really wanted one of these auras for a Daphnis that I don't have yet. But everyone in this tournament has a Daphnis.
I didn't know that the fluffy little bird was up for grabs. I'd take one of those. That's an immediate sell for me. Again, guys, so the RTA season has just ended now. We've got our top 4 locked in. We're going to learn more about those folks shortly. Up at the top there, we actually saw some people. We saw, I Know How to Play was up there near the top 4 before, right?
And some people climbing on the last few days. Freeman, also known as Dog Guy, wasn't on the top 4 during the whole season, but in this last week made a huge climb, and it's probably on the list too.
And we saw shifts in those top 4 even as early as, or as late as today rather. Here we go. So here's that dark horse we were talking about, Hana. You can see the most picked monsters and most banned monsters through this most recent RTA season. Look at that. This is a very similar pick to banned.
He wouldn't like to play against himself, probably.
Yeah, you are your own worst enemy here. Look at that. Hathor Gianna, that's a contested monster too. You're going to see that a lot of people on here actually have that Gianna. That's, at this level, people are going to be fighting over these monsters like crazy. Ragdoll, Ganymede, and a personal favorite of yours, Ileana.
Exactly. She brings immunity, clans, taking the place of Fran sometimes in this pick and ban phases. And like you said, Gianna is a common monster on all of these players with the exception of one that we're going to talk a little bit. So True Whale is the guy that is missing the Gianna.
Yep,
he's the only one that doesn't have her. He runs the Double Dragon Knight, extremely dangerous comp, very bruiser-like with a Fran, the Triana. He also picks a lot of Vanessa, and his most hated monsters are also the Double Dragon Knight and the Otta.
Oh, and the Otta. Yeah, Stoic went on record saying that he's voting for True Whale in this competition. How could you not? It's your guildie, right?
Exactly. Imagine, if you were in the SWC, I would certainly get your back.
And here's Freeman. Now, Freeman with quite the season record here. I think he's holding 3 legend titles right now. Got a Gianna, Ragdoll, Yanhong, Jaeger, and a Nefties in the most picked monsters. That's a full LD comp.
Yeah, and we can see that Tian Lang is one of his most banned monsters because his whole composition is based on attack bar gain. Yanhong gains attack bar, Ragdoll, Gianna, everyone here works with attack bar, and also the super dangerous Leona.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't have Death Break, or if you only have one Death Break option, that's going to be really tough to deal with.
Here's how to play with another Gianna. Hathor, Tyrannus, Artemiel, and Ganymede in the most picked monsters from RTA Season 13. And then the most banned, you see the brother of Tyrannus, you see Pater in there.
I would dare to say that this is the most aggressive player that we have here today with a very fast-paced play style, and obviously he hates the Pater because the immunity is a huge enemy of himself and he doesn't like to play a lot with it.
Yeah, we're going to see which of those two druids is the dominant one. It's really funny that he's traditionally such an aggressive player because that looks to be more, it's like a bruiser style comp that he's favoring. Would you say, do you think he's maybe changed his style a little bit in this season?
Yes, a little bit. Tyrannus has risen even more from the last season to this one, showing off as a really strong monster in the late game. Tyrannus brings in that defense-based damage, the revive, the defense buff. He just makes your team last long, and the long the game lasts, the higher killing power he has.
Persistence is the name of the game. Here's the bracket we're going to be working with today. So Hana is going to be going up against How to Play in those quarterfinals, followed by True Whale and Freeman.
Yes, and Hana finishing first, How to Play in fourth, and like we said, Freeman with a late climb, he reached all the way to third, even surpassing How to Play that earlier today was in first place. So how crazy is that? The former first place earlier today is now fourth and is gonna fight the first place.
There was a lot of shifting in that top four. That's what I was talking about. So I'm looking forward to seeing these matchups. Hana versus How to Play. Now that's going to be a little bit interesting because Hana's a little bit less known. I mean, I've seen some highlights from Kenji SW, but beyond that, I haven't seen a whole lot of Hana up in the RTA ladder.
Exactly, and they have kind of similar play styles. I would say that Hana brings a little bit more immunity than How to Play, so it's going to be interesting who gets that first pick of the Gianna or pre-bans it from the other one and decides to go on the Bruiser comp with lots of immunity. Are we going to see that, or both of them are just going to go all out, guns blazing, trying to death break each other, kill each other?
That's kind of what I'm expecting from How to Play. I'm hoping that they bring out some of that aggression. I don't want to see that slow play. I want to see How to Play actually bring it to the table and try to end it fast.
And we remember, even though he hasn't been using it, he has a very famous Oberon. Very strong Oberon. We might see that comeback.
That would be amazing. Our players are getting ready right now in the pick ban phase for round one of match one, the RTA Season 13 Legend Tournament. We're going to be seeing Hana versus How to Play. Here we go, guys, going into that pick ban phase.
Hana's going to be on the left side, but How to Play has the first pick, Evan. So having the first pick, would you risk that pre-ban on Gianna, or would you bank that Hana's not going to pre-ban it and you try to steal it away from him?
I would try to steal it if I was in that position, if I was being totally honest with you. I'm a little bit of a greedy player, though. How about you?
Yeah, I would do the same. We have to remember that there's Ragdoll on both sides, too. So pre-ban on Hathor for the side of Hana, and pre-ban on Chiwu.
That came a little out of left field, to be honest. I wasn't expecting something like that.
Very interesting. No LDs pre-bans. They are just going to leave it all on the field.
Now, something that I noted is that Hana is not really a Ciara and Gianna user. We never saw them pair Ciara with Gianna throughout the whole time we were watching.
Yes.
There it is. How to Play locking down Gianna early. Ragdoll coming out as a response from Hana. Who's going to be the second pick here? It's a good time to kind of play the neutral game right now.
Yeah, but I can see Hana shifting to more of a bruiser comp since he lost the Gianna, and he's not going to have an opening to pick Hathor too. So we're not going to see Hathor Gani coming on this first game. So yes, indeed, bruiser. Harmonia probably coming in. Tyrannus, a very strong pick. Let's see if How to Play tries to steal any of those, or he just lets it go and lets him have it and plays full, and that's what we see. He steals the Tyrannus.
Nice. Mo Long feeling right at home in this RTA season, coming back with a bruiser as a response to some quick cleaves. Bulwark, and you called it.
Yeah, the expected Harmonia. Now, How to Play has to decide, am I going to bring lots of damage to try to nuke these monsters, or I'm going to just control him, go in a slow, late game. His only survivability is Tyrannus so far. So if he doesn't get the control in, it's going to be really tough to deal with Hana that has the last pick, and here the Tianlang comes in to counter the Ragdoll.
Great. I'm a huge fan of those last two picks. Nephthys is a giant threat. You always say, one-turn immunity is not immunity, so Nephthys is going to be a huge threat for them, and Tianlang completely countering Ragdoll.
I'm expecting some type of immunity or something to feed off the Bulwark.
Nice.
Exactly. The Amelia comes in. Amazing against Nephthys. Very dangerous against the Gianna, to be completely honest. So we're going to see the bans on each side right now. These players have been playing an amazing season, Evan. Do you expect who to get the first turn right here?
I think How to Play is going to be taking the first turn on this one. I mean,
Completely agree with you.
They got the fast Gianna, too bad it got banned out, and
Yeah.
Nefties with the speed leader. I think everything's set up for them to get that.
Completely agree with you. Can he get the control in with only one immunity on the field? Will he risk it? Like, we have to see also, is this Molong a vampire Molong?
That
is
would
it
be
a spare
cute.
Molong?
That
Is
would
it
be
a violent
so cute if it
Molong?
was. I would
I'm
love
guessing
to see
violent
that.
because
a vamp Molong would make my evening. Early morning.
And here we go to match number 1 of the semifinals. Hannah against How to Play.
Let's see who gets that first turn. How to Play set up for that. Nefties is going to be taking that first turn. Has a little bit of an awkward turn here. Everybody's willed up at this point, so not a lot is going to happen from that first turn.
And shield. We're not going to see any kind of stuns. He only strips the buffs from the Molong.
Bulwark 5 stacks right off the bat here. Taking his time to think about who he's going to be reducing right now. I'd like to chip away at the yeah, and sure enough, he chips away at the Tyrannus.
Exactly, it's the Reviver. You got to go for him. There are no heals on that team, so Molong can get the snipe right now and prevent Tyrannus from having that second life real quickly. Harmonia gets it. She can protect her team or go for a sleep.
Big Reckless and not a lot of damage returning Molong there. Considering Tyrannus is a defense-based monster, not going to be a lot coming back out.
Beautiful proc. She gets the
Nice.
best of 2 worlds. She gets the heal, protects her team, and now she can try to sleep. But remember, the Ganny will get to reset.
Oh, and Ganny, here he comes. He's ready to ventilate. He's ready to ventilate the Tyrannus, but he's thinking about it. He's taking his time to think about this. He's thinking a little long, just making sure it's the right call. Awesome proc from Ganymede. Gets everything. Gets the cake and gets to eat it too.
And now, Tyrannus in a very important turn. If he gets the proc, he can buff defense. No, he doesn't get it. Now the Ragdoll can chip away again. Remember, he was reset, so now he has another life. You have to kill him, not once, not twice, but 3 times.
That's a lot of death. Tian Lang getting ready to put the defense break out on Harmonia. Nefties with the follow through. Seeing, do they want to bank the second skill here? Only 2 out of 4. I would go for it. You got the ventilate from Ganny eventually coming back. Chooses to hang on to it.
I like being careful like that. He knows he'll have an opening. He needs to kill Tyrannus once again. He banked on that. And now he can go for the stun. Molong, is it 2018 Molong? Oh, 1 stun off the bat. So maybe your call of risking it with Nefties was the right one
Because
after all.
now he's going to lose a whole turn of tempo off that Molong stun. It wasn't all 4, but I'll take that over nothing.
That's 25%,
That's
baby.
25%.
Here comes Ganny trying to get a very important glancing. I would go for the Molong because the Death Break is the most dangerous threat to his team right now. The Ragdoll will try to kill and maybe a proc.
No, that's dot range too. That is so unfortunate that he resisted it because he might have gotten a free kill off.
Tyrannus with the stun on Harmonia. And now, again, the other Panda gets another stun. Bulwark loses the turn, and little by little, the proc from Nefties might
That's
let
the
this down.
turn. That's the turn How to Play has been fishing for this whole time. All those debuffs set up. He's going to make some big plays coming up here. Tian Lang just doubling down, getting a nice stun on Molong that nobody even asked for.
The Desperity on Lang just shiny on this match. He has to ventilate up once again, remembering that the Tyrannus didn't die for the second time. So he goes for the aggressive play and he's going to lock down the team once again. Ragdoll needs to kill him, but no proc for you, sir. So now the Nefties will have the opening to lock him down for 1 more turn, Evan. Did you expect this?
No, I didn't. She's going to do it again. That was excellent turn counting from How to Play, remembering that Tyrannus hadn't died yet, so he didn't need to overcommit to that and ventilate him by accident. He's just seeing who he wants to chip away at, tries to lock down the kill on Molong.
Big hit with 7k lifesteal. If he got a proc, that would be a dead monster. But the Light Panda might finish the job. No.
Nice Harmonia, right on time.
What a
Great sleep.
clutch sleep.
Hana falling behind now at a 3 to 4 monster deficit. Tian Lang lining up for a defense break here. Goes on Harmonia.
She has the cleanse right now. This match will go down to, can you kill Tyrannus so the Ragdoll can start to dominate? He protects the Bulwark. We can see that Bulwark, without buffs on the other side and without the Amelia on his side, has been rendered useless.
Bulwark has been a little bit of a dead pick this whole time. And look at this, Nefties is going to keep you from using those damage skills when she silences you. As soon as that immunity gives up, there's not going to be a whole lot of damage coming from this side.
this ragdoll right now. Torrent! But once again, can't finish the Tyrannus fast enough. He does not want to feed the Bulwark, so he doesn't use it again. Once again, the Panda coming in for some stunts, for some strips. Can the Despair Tianlang shine? No! He goes for the Death Break to try to snipe the damage option, Evan.
Just a Death Break out right now. And it's about this time when you realize Hana's been trying to pick away at that Tyrannus for so long and nothing. It's coming up fruitless. There's nothing coming from
I
that.
like his choice of going only for the Death Break because he didn't want to give a lot of attack bar in case to Ragdoll, so he would be cut. So now he has an opening with Neftis, playing it slow, playing it carefully, and no sleep on her. She'll be able to put everyone under 4 inability.
Big second skill coming out here. This is going to set up for what might potentially end the game for How to Play. Chooses to just go for the first skill off that.
He doesn't want to give attack bar once again. Oh, now he does. Now he does.
He's
okay.
like, well, if you're going to give me a second skill, might as well just take it.
I was surprised. Now the Tianlang has everyone with Death Break. I would go for second skill, but if he wants to keep that Ragdoll under lock and not risk it, yes, sir!
Goes for the
with
greed.
Double stun, Evan.
Rewarded for that. I love the rewarding for the greed because it might mean we'll get to see more of it in the future. Ganymede coming out here might be a good idea to just reset the Harmonia too if he wants to just lock out that immunity. Oh, it's already gone.
He keeps playing extremely carefully. He doesn't want to go offensive. He keeps controlling the pace of the match, defending his team with Tyrannus, and now he might get a sniper Ragdoll and his dad.
Calculated. Look at that.
It's a 4v2, Evan.
How to Play with the first win of the RTA Season 13 Legend Tournament. That was done with surgical precision. How to Play had control over that entire game, and Hana was just fishing for something with the Tyrannus that just never quite got there.
He had openings to be more aggressive, like we talked about, but he always chose the safe play, the less of a risk. He knew his Tyrannus was tanky enough and could take the beating.
Yeah.
That is so surprising.
He'd rather hang on to that control than just risk everything. Like even towards the end, that surprised me when he went for the first skill instead of the second skill from Neftis, just so that way he wouldn't give the attack bar. I was like, you are so into the late game of this match, you can dedicate that, he can get the attack bar, and when he's silenced, not a lot of damage is going to come out.
My question is, does that Neftis have a lot of crit rate? Maybe that's why he's afraid.
Is that a signal?
Is it a crit damage Neftis? She looked kind of tanky, not very much because she wasn't really hit. Yeah. It was Tyrannus the only one that took damage.
Tyrannus was just taking all that damage too, and he did a great job. He was a wall. He was utility. He got a stun on Harmonia. Nobody even asked for that, and he got it.
But sorry, I will have to give this first match to your boy, Tianlang. He came up with stun after stun.
Yeah.
And the Death Break, the Despair stun on Ragdoll. He just created so many opportunities for his team to strip and create openings for the Neftis.
Yeah, who provided those opportunities? And I will say that from the other side, from Hana's side, while Molong was there, I was happy with the Molong pick. I liked seeing that strip and stun on the Neftis, just kind of losing the tempo. I thought something more could have come from that. Unfortunately, How to Play just had it under control the whole time. Our players are getting ready for round 2 of the semifinals of the RTA Season 13 Legend Tournament.
Yeah, and one monster that might be kind of a decisive pick in this second match is actually one that we didn't talk about, Gani. That was extremely important, ventilating the bear and just bring him back into a game. So maybe this time, Hana does not let the Gani to the other side. Let's see if the pre-bans are the same, since now Hana has the first pick. If he switches it up a little bit, because he has the chance to keep the Gianna, or How to Play can pre-ban Gianna, because there were no LD pre-bans.
You see a lot of people just banning out their own monsters because they don't have the first pick and they don't want to contest for that. Hathor is now up for grabs too, and everybody's favorite AoE stripper, Chiwu. That's debatable. Maybe not your favorite AoE stripper.
You know what? I might expect How to Play's pre-ban on Hathor this time. He went for Chiwu that time. Now he can go for Hathor. Maybe he was afraid of a Chiwu Savannah combo too that's very used during this season. Yes!
Oh, look at that. You called it. Savannah's out. Neftis is out. Hana's like, I've seen enough of that. I don't need all those debuffs on me. I like my other skills.
So I'll tell you something. We haven't seen Hana play a lot, but How to Play has, because he does not want the Savannah Chiwu combo.
Yeah.
And Hana with the Hathor first pick, and now he denies How to Play to one of these strongest monsters. The Gianna comes in. If you are Hana. Do you go for those monsters that can be controlled? Are we going to see the Dragon Knights coming out right now? Or would you still bring some immunity, maybe some other ways to deal with a Gianna?
I expect that we're probably going to see some damage units coming out here. I at least hope that. A Dragon Knight would be really fun to see. I like the how to play lockdown that Ganymede pretty early just to deprive Hana of the other half of the Ganny-Thor combo. Ganny's just such an incredible facilitator. Like, he'll just make any comp work with that Ventilate.
Exactly. And now thinking about it, goes for the Bruiser option once again and stealing the Tyrannus.
Oh, great. I love the spite. That is so good.
The Tyrannus was instrumental last game for How to Play, and this time Hana takes it over. Now How to Play has the option to respond with some fire units, with maybe some people that can control attack bars, a lot of control. Bader to counter the Hathor. I'm not afraid of your Hathor. I can reset her with Ganny. I can put immunity on my monsters. And we might see another type of threat right now coming in from How to Play. And he brings...
Keeping us waiting on this How to Play. I can't wait to see this.
Yes.
The Arda.
Arda.
So far that's a great pick. There's nothing out here that can immediately threaten your Arda, save for the Molong's third skill, but it's a lot of damage if you take it.
I think it's kind of dangerous into this composition. The snipe against the Artemiel, it's really hard to come back from. I can see a Gianna ban right here and him playing a slow game, sniping off the Arda and going all in. How to Play goes with the Yanhong last pick. Excellent monster to keep his team just healthy. A lot of sustain, but I don't know. I really like Hana's picks in this case.
Yeah,
there's no revivers.
Hana picked really well, and we're going to see the Molong ban.
The Gianna ban was expected.
Gianna,
like
yes,
very
Gianna
clear
was necessary.
ban.
I think How to Play is thinking that if he leaves the Bulwark in, he can maybe render it a useless-ish pick. I don't want to completely say useless, but he has control over how useful that unit is in the mid to late game.
The question is the first turn from Hathor or from Yanhong? Who's going to take it? Yanhong does.
There we go.
That super fast base speed, so that tells us that this is a violent Hathor, not a swift Hathor. Everyone's on will, shield, because of that big Bulwark. Misses the strip, Evan.
And there's not a whole lot for Hathor to do. She can go for the second skill and try to proc into a third skill, but even then I think that might be throwing away a potential for a third skill.
He needed that strip because it would give attack bar to his team, make the Ganny go and reset one of the monsters that would kill on his team. Now he has the option to use the combo with Bulwark and with Icarus.
Who's he gonna snipe? Going for Pater early, halfway through the life. Can Icarus? Oh, Ganny gets a turn. He can reset the Hathor if he wants to. Third skill is now locked down. No Sleep's going to come out. Icarus probably going to finishes off the Pater, forcing How to Play to be at a 3 to 4 monster deficit from the start.
Now with the reset from Ganny, I don't know if the pick on killing that monster was the right one. I would have killed Ganny because I'm extremely afraid of Ganny resetting my whole comp, resetting the Tyrannus, resetting the Hathor. He's a big threat. If this Archangel starts stunning his team, he's going to get controlled. Gets the provoke on the Yanhong, rendering her useless for this turn.
No Sleeps are going to be coming out from Hathor anytime soon. Like you said, that third skill from Ganny, even when it's refreshed, she's not going to be able to get one off. There are no immunity stacks on this side, so Hathor is just going to lose the third skill as soon as it's available.
He goes for the reset cool time on Yanhong. She's going to have strip, heal, whatever she wants, remembering that she not only heals, but feels attack bar. That stun from Tyrannus coming in the clutch.
Stun. Artemiel backing up his friend Yanhong right there with a stun of his own. Hathor still recovering from that steel magic from Ganny early on. She's still reeling from that.
And getting hit by Artemiel. Everyone's critting weirdly on this. Let's see if the Bulwark also crits, because if the Artemiel keeps controlling no crit from Bulwark, he needs that glancing hit to come in on the Hathor because she already has the sleep. He goes for the Icarus, actually. The best of two worlds. He can also use it on Hathor right now and prevent that sleep on the big boy Artemiel. Oh, keeps going. Keeps going. He wants to get rid of one of the snipers, Evan.
And we're already in that position that we were talking about in the pick ban phase. How to Play, just choosing to keep. I mean, Bulwark is not posing any sort of threat. There are no stacks of anything coming out from anywhere. So Bulwark's just going to be sitting with 2 for the foreseeable future. Yanhong charging Vitality on Ganymede, gets a proc, Blade Fin on Icarus to do some additional damage, and Ganymede gets his play of the game.
Now he has a big choice. Does he go for the aggressive play on Tyrannus or Hathor? Tyrannus with a big proc. He can give a big punch with his second skill and or try a stun on the Arda.
goes for the big hit on Yeonhong. Half the life is taken away. That looked like Bulwark used all 5 stacks on her.
This is definitely a crit damage on Hong because if she only has 30k, she needs this glancing right now. Needs to keep chipping damage, but the Archangel keeps bringing it back. Beautiful proc. She'll have all skills back on the next turn. Now Gany has an opening.
He's really chipping away at Icarus right now. Doesn't want to see that 3rd skill come out again. Doesn't want to accidentally use another unit when he's not expecting it. Bulwark here, just going to put a little bit more damage in. There's really nothing to do here. Bulwark was picked into a team with no buffs on that side.
That's the thing. That's why I wanted to snipe the Gany and not the Pater. The Pater feeds the Bulwark. The rest of the team doesn't.
Exactly, because now you're almost killing your own unit when you kill the Pater. The Ganymede is just going to keep refreshing Yeonhong, Artemiel. It's going to be so annoying for your team.
This is down to, can this big Archangel stun and control the other team? If he can, How to Play might be able to turn this around. Otherwise, he has full control over this. Hana has it, but now he has the option. Can I snipe this? He goes for her. Almost dead.
Gany could finish it off. What we're probably going to see, Hana's probably going to take this into the mid to late game and then one-shot somebody as soon as somebody's not expecting it when the HP gets declined. Icarus, not dead, hanging on by a thread right now.
This proc was extremely important, Evan, because the Gany has Seal Magic next turn. If he can reset the bear, he can kill the Icarus and not even need that, but she has the nuke.
Can she do it?
Oh my god,
Can she?
Dark Recovery!
15k. Tyrannus can make something happen next turn. Does he have Wild Blow Up right now? He might be able to one-shot that Yeonhong if he does. Otherwise, he'll just have to get some... and there she goes, Charge Vitality.
The reset's coming in. Once again, he has that choice. Do I go for Tyrannus? Do I go for Hathor? He keeps making the safe play. We've seen that How to Play does not like to risk. He's a mathematical player. Excellent choices. He can play the 4 turns in 1. So he resets her again, gives a turn back. In Brazil, we call this the Bebeto Romario because you play, you just pass it to each other and keep doing it over and over again.
How to Play's over here playing solitaire, making sure that he doesn't fall out of this game, even though he lost a monster right away. This is actually looking to be more and more in How to Play's favor.
If he can take this game late, the Archangel is going to start hitting really hard. But
look at that. That's big damage.
The Tyrannus will do the same. So it's going to end up being a fight of defense damage dealers.
We're going to have to see how... I'm really curious to see what Tyrannus can bring out because I'm telling you, all of a sudden, he's going to be able to one-shot a unit as those HP... Look, we're already at attack power 30% off and max HP down 30%. We're in some really dangerous territory here.
This is a big proc because she has the heal from the 2nd skill coming on, and now... if the Archangel can counter and kill her, it's going to be a big deal.
Glancing. Oh, no kill, but good damage coming in. Hathor still recovering from the Seal Magic.
Yes, and remember, this Tyrannus still has 2 turns after this attack, so he does not have the buff. Once again, trying to kill the Icarus, and she finally goes.
She's gone. Now Yeonhong can either just heal or fill up the Ganymede while you're at it. Fill up Artemiel.
I would love for the aggressive play this time. Go for Artemiel. Gany's going to take a turn either way. She saves it for the heal. She's afraid of the nuke. On the big bear.
That's dangerous because now that's giving a little bit of leeway to Hana when he didn't necessarily have to. All of a sudden, Hathor's got this 2nd skill up, and look at Tyrannus.
Resisted!
Tyrannus could make something happen. Ooh, not quite enough to kill the
gamble paid off, Evan. He gambled. Now he gets to give the turn to Gany. That resist from the Hathor sleep was huge. Who thinks that sleep doesn't get resisted?
How to Play gambled when they didn't really need to and then still made it work for them in the end. I think that paid off in full, like in spades. That was pretty great. Getting more damage on Tyrannus. Tyrannus might die here.
Yes, and let me tell you something. They nerfed Gany once, twice. He's still one of the most important monsters in this meta. We can see how great he is even without Hathor, and I can still tell you, if he killed the Gany early on, this would be a different match.
Exactly. Could you imagine what would have happened if Pater was still here? Bulwark would have gotten stacks. We probably would have seen a lot more heals on Hana's side. Definitely a lot more definitive from Hana's side.
And less heals from the Yeonhong. Did you see those 4 turns in a row?
Yeah.
The Archangel starts punishing, hitting hard every time, and I don't think this Tyrannus is taking any more turns.
If Hana loses the Tyrannus, this is not going to work. How to Play, going for the kill on Tyrannus and the game. That's a 2-0 from How to Play. We already have our first finalist. How to Play moving up fast with a 2-0 on the new player.
What a clinical match, Evan. He's so patient. He waits for it. He was down 3-4 the whole match, but guess what? One of those monsters was Ganymede, and one of those monsters was
That
Artaniel.
was just so calculated. I couldn't believe it when he risked it, when he hung on to that third skill from Yan Hong and just banged. He was like, you know what? I'm going to save it. I'm going to heal from this next one. That was a close gamble because, like we talked about earlier, Tyrannus isn't as hurt as other monsters by that HP decline because he's defense based, and so is that second skill. So that damage is going to stay high throughout the whole time. That was a little bit dangerous, but even that, perfectly estimated.
Yeah, I think his pick and ban was extremely strong. And once again, in the beginning of the match, the snipe
It all comes down
on
to
the
that.
Ganny would
It
have
all
changed
comes
everything.
down to that because losing the Pater, you're killing your Bulwark, and it's really unfortunate.
He tried to enable his Hathor, but he forgot that the Ganny had the opening to reset the Hathor.
I know.
And the Ganny not only counters her, but also counters the Tyrannus.
Yeah, the reset was so powerful. Hathor didn't actually do anything that contributed to the match for Hana.
She had one opening. She
Yeah.
just had that sleep, and she got resisted.
Okay, there we go.
Now we're gonna see the second match in a couple seconds, and I'm very excited to see 3 men back.
That's right, guys.
Is he gonna bring something different?
We're gonna have to see what they'll bring. We're gonna be going to a break right now. We'll see you back here in 3 minutes. Stay tuned.
Hello, Summoner!
Hello, Summoner.
Hi, Summoners.
Hello, Summoners! Hello, Summoners!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the RTA Season 13 Legend Tournament. I'm still Evan, and I'm still here with Seppi, and we just watched an awesome first semifinals game that led to How to Play advancing to the finals.
Yeah, we just watched an extremely clutch match by Yeonhong and Gani.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was a game of solitaire towards the end. How to play pass to the turn back and forth expertly. And Hana, unfortunately, going for that Pater when maybe Ganymede should have done it. We've still got more coming up, but before we go into anything else, I just want to let you know that we're actually going to have our first coupon code coming up after this next set. So stay with us because we're not going to let you walk away with nothing for hanging out with us today.
Well, they'll get fun.
Yeah, you guys will get fun
And
no
stuff.
matter what, but you're also going to get some in-game stuff too. You know, just want to give you everything along with the fun that you're getting from this. So that was a pretty amazing set. I think in a little bit we should watch a replay of what happened, some of those highlights. And then coming up after that, True Whale versus Freeman.
Yeah. Those two were in the last Legend tournament, but both of them fell short to Tomato.
Yeah.
Now, Tomato's not on their way, and we're going to find out which one of those two can have a chance to win it all. Let's go into the highlights from this first semifinals and see what made How to Play go all the way to the final.
Here's Hana versus How to Play in that first match right now. The bands go out on Amelia and Gianna. Man, that one time, you remember when Mo Long was super impactful for a second in that first match?
We can tell that How to Play is extremely used to playing against these type of snipe, tanky, slow comps. Like we said, he played it super slow, very carefully, didn't give a lot of attack bar to the ragdoll, not hitting with AoE skills, only when he had the opening. The Tian Lang was instrumental, and this first match was kind of decided by that Gani Tyrannus. Gani ventilating the Tyrannus, you have to kill me again and again and again.
That's right. Truly teaching us how to play. They were playing as if that they were being studied for like an RTA, like PhD. Here we go, second round of the first match here.
That strip was huge because if he had got it right, the Gani would have reset. But even with that missing, the kill early on the Pater changed it all.
That's right. We just saw the split in the two timelines where we could have gone into a second universe where Ganymede was the one that was out and Bulwark still had stacks to work with, still draining people, and Pater was just feeding into that plan.
And there's something that everyone at home can learn. If someone picks Hathor against you and you have a Gani, pick that fast, boy.
Yeah, pick that fast. That's
He's a great counter.
Very good choice there. Awesome highlights, great first set. Thank you both so much for everything that you put into that first set. It was really fun to watch, and we still have more coming up. True Whale and Freeman. Now, what do we know about, well, True Whale has actually a new toy.
Oh, yeah.
It's a secret, though. I'm not going to be saying anything. I'm going to let True Whale bring it.
Will we see it? It's kind of a little bit off of his style of play. He plays very bruisery, very slow. It's a different type of monster. I'm curious to see if he'll bring something new in this big of a stage.
Yeah.
Or will he stay what's been working on for the whole season?
I mean, if I was on a stage, something akin to this, I would probably play with what I know. But we're going to actually get to see that real fast here because True Whale and Freeman are already queuing up for round one of the second semifinals match. Now, again, this decides who moves on and who goes home.
And who's going to fight How to Play with the first pick? True Whale comes in. Are we going to see pre-ban and LD units finally? Gianna,
and
he
yes,
does not want.
a friend.
And the other Nat 5. The other
Nat
LD Nat
5.
5. Just kidding, guys. You can get her at the coin shop.
Yeah, she's in the ancient coin shop. You don't have her. She's pretty great.
But he knows that she's extremely important for True Whale's team because he uses a lot of Ragdoll and Jaeger. That immunity, the cleanse, the buffs are extremely important to give more damage output.
That's right, and they actually share a couple of units. I believe they both have Jaeger and Ragdoll as well.
He splits the Ganithor and still brings the Ciara. Remember, Ciara is extremely good against monsters like Ragdoll, even the Jaeger. He brings them on. He
True
does
Whale
not want to
knows.
lose.
True Whale knows what he's up against. He knows that he's going to have to contest for those units, something that he might not be used to normally on the ladder, though once you get to this particular segment, all these four have them.
I think that Freeman told us a lot with his first two picks. True Whale chooses not to get immunity, so I don't know. I see that Freeman has the upper hand right now. We might see a Leo maybe if he picks another speed-based unit like Yeonhong. Leo counters are very well, or he might bring some immunity to protect himself from the Gani and from the Ciara, reminding that he only has one stripper on the table so far.
That's right, and Freeman also not presenting much in the way of immunity. So, Ileana to round out the draft. Awesome. There's your source of immunity, and there's your invincibility. Still not locked in. True Will's still thinking about it, though.
She has a very important cleanse and gives a turn to an ally, too, and that's what maybe makes her a little bit better than Fran nowadays. They're different. She's more defensive, doesn't have the attack buff, but both of them are extremely powerful. With the last pick, if he does not get another stripper, he might need to ban the immunity. Oh, and he brings the Juno.
There's the stripper that you were looking for. Now, is Freeman signaling a ban towards the Hathor? I'm not seeing a whole lot of protection against a Hathor from that side.
Exactly. Maybe he trusts the Yeonhong strip into the Ganny and might risk it on it because bringing the Juno, exactly. I would not expect a ban on Liliana, Okeanos, or Hathor. He knows that the Juno was going to go through, but now he gets the Ganny banned.
That makes me a little bit nervous because now he has one half of the 1-2 combo he was looking for in the beginning of the game that led to that confidence, and now it's gone.
And the resist lead is huge, so if he misses the streak and can't put the bomb on, this is going to be big.
Let's see, this might have been a miscalculation from Freeman towards the end of that ban. Yeonhong with the Blade Fan coming out, fails to strip the Ileana right off the bat.
This is huge because one of his strippers is gone, and now he gives a turn to the Ciara. She puts the bomb on the Dragon Knight, remembering he can't be stunned. He's immune to inability effects, but he can take damage.
Wow, just a third from that is gone. That is a tanky Jaeger right there.
Resisted
on the turret. Nothing. Everybody's fishing for something right now, but everybody's resisting. Nothing is coming out.
The Okeanos always does that, and now she has to save the strip because if Ileana puts protection on everyone, he needs to be ready for that. The Hathor can get the pushback on the Juno, and she gets it. Everyone is fast asleep.
Everybody's asleep right there. Look at all those turns. Look at all 2 turns sleep. No proccing out of that.
But very important, there's 2 dots. So either way, Juno was going to wake up, but the Yeonhong too. Dots on 2 monsters. Very important. He does not go for the immunity because he knows the Juno will come in with a strip. Now the Okeanos can use the stun. The Juno comes in, tries to get a stun maybe. Oh, she risked it!
Oh,
he risked it!
Nothing. So now they're gonna be empty when Ileana eventually puts up those defenses. Hathor just puts out attack break on the Yeonhong right now.
Ileana's gonna be gigantic right now. She has 2 options. She can give the turn, she can put immunity up. She knows that the Juno does not have the strip, goes for the simple play. He can kill it right now with the Jaeger!
Big kill from Jaeger right now.
He needs a provoke. He needs a provoke, Evan. He needs to get it right now. Only on the OP.
And it's past, it's done. The provoke is off the table. How is Freeman going to come back for this?
The Hathor has the sleep right now. She can control the Yeonhong. No heals will come, and the Okeanos has the stun coming on right after this with protection from Ileana.
I love that True Whale saved that third skill from Ileana because he knew that he was not in any risk of anything endangering his team right now. He's free to put it up if he wants to.
And he can even give a turn to Hathor to rotate and have the 2-turn sleep again. He puts it up. He plays it safe. If this Juno gets a lot of attack bar, he might be in danger. He can lap.
This is a very safe position for True Whale right now. Just getting attack bar. Yeonhong coming up here. Not a whole lot to do on the turn though.
Yeah, beautiful proc, but he needs another one. The Okeanos has the stun and the reset back. He goes for everyone, gets 1, 2, 3, 4. The Juno will come up and will be able to strip everyone, or does he reset the Juno and prevents that? Does he go for the aggressive or defensive play?
He decides to land. Resisted again.
He went for the aggressive play, Evan, and might pay for it
Came
because
up empty.
He can get stunned right now. This is the opening.
Nothing! Only 2 dots on the Jaeger. No stun possible on him, but at least he could have gotten something on somebody else.
I have 2 words for you. Resist, lead. That Hathor is incredible.
It's an extra set of will runes at this point, I'm convinced, because nothing is landing on these guys. 17.6k on Ciara.
This Jaeger starts punishing the Okeanos, rotating. Now the Ileana will have back no stuns from Juno.
Nothing.
Is this Juno even on despair?
I'm starting to wonder, actually, because we keep asking if she's going to get stuns, nothing comes out. Big hit on Ileana, but nothing that's going to put her in range of death. Ciara still empty from skills. She's free to put the to herself so she can refresh the immunity. Awesome by True Whale.
Exactly, and I don't know, I maybe would have gone for the aggressive play, given the turn to Hathor to control the team, but he chose for the safe one. We understand it. Keeps hitting the Ciara little by little because now the Juno will have an opening. She gains bar. If she laps, didn't lap the Hathor. Okay. That was close.
Yeah, that was close. Now there's just 2 monsters on Freeman's side, probably taking this time to think about what to do in the next game because it's going to be really hard to come back from this.
The Okeanos will have the strip, and he can just kill that Tyrannus. goes for the Juno.
Just
Killing her will
Jason.
end it up. He can go little by little and then use the reset on him.
Is it on Despair? It is on Despair.
1 stun out of 7.
Yeah, out of 17, more like it. Okeanos trying to just see, can we get something?
Finally!
Finally!
A charm, baby.
Finally increases cooldown time. True Whale walking away with 1.
He lost on the last one on the semifinals, and he comes out saying, not again.
He said 3rd time's the charm. This is the one for him. He only has to do that one more time. Now, on the antithesis of that, Freeman has to pull it together and get 2 in a row right now, which is kind of a difficult ask at this point.
I think that the litter skill, Evan, was huge. We saw so many resists. The strip being resisted on the first turn.
Dude, the pick ban phase, you called it. You said the Ganymede was going to be the follow-up to that Yonhong strip, and when the Ganymede was banned, there was a moment, it's like, what do I do? And then when that resist from the Yonhong came, or Yonhong did the skill, resisted, that's hard. There was no follow-up
That is
for
very tough, especially since even with the bomb, you can't control the Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
You can't kill Jaeger that
Jaeger
fast.
won't go down. He's immune to inability effects. So all of your bombs, everything is operating at about half efficiency right now. They're queuing up for round 2 of the semifinals. One more. This is game point for True Whale already. If he maintains focus, he could move on to meet how to play in the finals.
Will we see Freeman getting his combo off on this one with a Gianna Ciara, or will we see a change of style to try to deal with a bruiser comp from True Whale?
And does True Whale mix it up, or does he stick with what's true? I mean, Freeman now knows what he's going to be picking, right? Like, True Whale has a chance.
Yes. I want to see the best monster in the game coming out. Fran. Oh, he goes for the Annabelle.
That's targeted. That tells me Freeman knows True Whale's account.
He's definitely first picking the Ciara Gianna combo.
Yes.
And he knows that True Whale doesn't have a Gianna, so he might pick Ciara for. Oh, what? Steals the Dragon Knight. What is going on?
Leaves the combo for True Whale if he wants it.
True Whale
True
doesn't
Whale only.
use
Oh yeah,
Ciara.
you're right. Oh, it doesn't use Ciara. Yeah.
I don't see him picking that. He
That's
might
a
get
good
the
point.
Ragdoll. He might get the Ragdoll right now to avoid that, and maybe the Tyrannus. Can he do that, or is he okay with living? Yes,
Ragdoll
that's what we
Tyrannus.
see.
Why not? Great units. Tion Lang coming out early just to hinder that Ragdoll's efficiency really cuts down on Ragdoll. And the Sekhmet. That's something
The
that
straight up counter to Tyrannus, better than no Kianas.
And that's something that True Whale normally likes to bust out too. They're both fans of Sekhmet.
That's how he won the first match on the last Legend tournament. Really well reminded, Evan.
Yeah, Sekhmet, not to be underestimated. She's an amazing monster, resetting, stealing buffs, getting the cooldown back on the 3rd skill. She's a monster.
Now I'm expecting some type of immunity. Maybe the friend's coming out, so he has 2 targets that he needs to reset. There it is.
Yep, there's the friend.
Maybe we can see a Ganny right here. No, he is leaving that panda on. That's what he's saying. I don't care about the panda. You can stun me. I have Josephine. If you go for the AoE, you give me a tech bar with a Ragdoll. So he has 2 poisons against the panda. We see the Nafties Gianna.
That's
no Ciara,
tough.
but he closes with it.
That is tough. One way or another, you're punished for your picks.
No Juno, no Tetra so far. He only gets to pick one, and it's
There's
a
the
Tetra.
Tetra.
That's probably the ban.
That's probably going to be the ban for him right now, and that leads me to think maybe a Gianna ban could be justified, considering that you got some buffs from Fran and the inadvertent one from Josephine.
Yeah, I'm extremely afraid of the Sekhmet reset, too. I feel that everything, as we said it, the Tetra's banned. He bans the damage.
The Jaeger.
He's playing the long game. He says, if I have Death Break, there's Death Break from the Panda, Death Break from Sekhmet, Death Break from Nafties.
So one hit from Jaeger would
Jaeger.
end it. That's
Yeah.
a really good threat assessment, because that could have ended it real fast. Here we go. Now we're getting into the thick of it. This is round 2. Again, game point for True Whale.
Turn 1 should be from this Gianna. She has not only the speed lead, but a fast kit. She goes with it. Can she get the stun on all 3? No!
Just
misses
2.
it.
And passive goes off on Josephine, so she's going to be cutting in right now. She could choose to stun or provoke the Nefties. Goes for the provoke.
And gets it, Evan. Now the Panda will have a chance. There's no passive.
4
Everyone is
stuns.
stunned.
No, 4. Oh, look at all those stuns coming
He
out.
can get the reset on the Tyrannus right now, and he gets it.
He gets it. Tyrannus is not going to be reviving anytime soon. He's free to chip away some defense break onto that Fran right now. Strap a bomb to it. Not that the defense break helps with that at all.
That's why I was so afraid of the double stunners. If you leave both of them, the Josephine is basically useless. She can't do anything. She doesn't have time to recover her skills, but now the friend comes with a protection. No Nefty's AoE.
look at how we're about to see how tanky this Fran is, because he might think that he could survive the bomb if he chooses not to climb. But the rest of the team is more important. He's thinking about the other 3, not just the 1. He stands to lose a lot more if Nefty's skill 2 goes off on his whole team.
The big question is, who does True Will go for? He keeps going for the Gianna. Can he kill her fast enough? She's a monster at the game's attack bar, but the Tian Lang kind of counters her, and the Fran is gone. It's a 4v3.
Fran is dead, and Nefty's second skill goes off. This is the worst case scenario for True Will, exactly what he was trying to prevent when Fran was here.
The Tyrannus has reset, so we see how powerful the counter from the segment against the Tyrannus is.
Nice. Provoke onto Gianna into a stun from Josephine. Has the chance to silence the Ragdoll just to prevent a little bit more damage coming out, though not that there's going to be much. Glancing, attack break, everybody. Segment following up in the waiver system.
He needs this Josephine to go crazy, and she gets another stun. Now, the big boy, the Tyrannus, needs a stun here too. I wouldn't even go for the damage.
No, yeah.
I would just go for the stun on the Nefties. He risks it on the Panda, goes again, gets a second chance.
Do it on the Nefties.
Now goes for the Nefties,
but
he
nothing.
regretted it.
Fruitless, unfortunately, and that's dot range for Gianna. I think that's 5%.
I never trust dots, but the Josephine keeps being the big girl in this match, stunning everyone. The Gianna goes bye-bye. It's a 3v3, but the reset's still on the table.
Resetting, I resisted on the Tyrannus, so Tyrannus actually has a chance to get his third skill back up. He could actually make something happen here. All those debuffs are going to be falling off of Ragdoll this turn. Quick to put a silence on the Tyrannus so that way he can't utilize those skills.
Needs a stun or a provoke. No
Nothing.
provoke. No provoke. Now he has an opening. Can this Ragdoll kill Nefties fast enough? Is it showing that the ban on the damage was the right one, Evan? Banning the Dragon Knight.
It's so hard to say because Jaeger can end it fast, but Nefties drags you into that mid to late game because look at this. Now Ragdoll, oh wait, that could be dot range actually. That's Nefties is down. Wait a second, True Whale is actually
There's no damage on the table.
He's
That's
gaining control right now.
There's there's no damage anymore. He can't kill him. If the Josephine gets
True Whale just win?
clutch stun, oh,
That was close.
If he gets this done, he needs it. He gets it done. We won Brock on top of it.
True Whale might have this in the bag.
The Josephine is carrying because the Ragdoll is on torrent range, and he's going to ignore defense on someone.
Just
the Tyrannus with the damage right now, going for the Panda. The Ragdoll, does he have it? Yes, sir. Here it comes.
Don't glance. Don't glance.
He got it.
Yeah, True Whale with the ignore defense. That might have just propelled him into the finals right now.
We see LDs on these guys' accounts, but the Josephine, the water monster that keeps coming back to my account, won this match by herself.
True Whale with a great 2-0, propelling him into the finals. That was incredible. Great job, True Whale.
It's amazing to see an elemental monster coming on top in the clutch. She seemed like an Okeanos.
She was stunning everybody. Josephine at every chance. The counterattack into the stun, everything was paying off for True Whale. It almost looked like Freeman was going to take it there. There was a chance where Freeman took this with his Nefties. But
that Tyrannus was controlled. That's the thing. It was controlled, but the Josephine kept coming back and stunning and dealing damage. It's a crit damage Josephine. I know that some people on this table don't have one on crit damage, but you in chat tell us if you have a Josephine. Is it on crit damage? Is it on HP?
And this is why maybe it should be on crit damage if you can swing it. Because that Josephine turned it. What would have happened if Jaeger stayed in that game? It would have ended a lot faster.
Exactly. It would have probably been a win for Freeman because one death break is all it takes for that Dragon Knight to justice your team.
He had 3 sources of it. Nefty, Sekhmet, and the Tian Lang all have death break in their kit, so that would have been an easy setup for Jaeger.
He assessed the risk, Evan. He said, I'm going to ban the only real damage. I can take bombs.
I can take the mid to late game with Neftis.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have been able to make that call. True Whale, that was a great, that was clairvoyant. Borderline future sight right there. Guys, just like we said mere moments ago, we got that first coupon code for you at the end of the second set. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today in this Legend tournament. We're going to have one more coming up later on towards the night, but here's one just to keep you waiting.
And our mods will share it in chat too. So this is the code for the Androids LT 2020.
That's right.
June 27. Wow, this year has flown by.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. It's already June. 2 Mystical Skulls and 50 energy in that one, and again, that's for Android OS, so I think our mods in chat are going to provide with the iOS.
Maybe I'll get my Bastet right now.
Yeah, maybe I'll get that. Maybe get the Bastet with this one.
And you'll get your third
and not
one.
a 4th Josephine.
Oh my
The Josephine's keep coming, but after
Well,
that,
in this case, if she's playing like that on my team, I'll take 4,
she's
5,
welcome.
6.
Send them, I'll build them. Yeah, right? I know, if only mine performed that way. So you need accuracy, and you need to build your Josephine. Maybe put it on crit damage if you can swing it. That's what we learned from the last set.
Evan, we have the finalists. We're going to have another break in a little bit, and we're going to see these two guys fighting it out.
How to play versus True Whale. Tell us who you think is going to win. That's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
This
Who are you guys in chat rooting for? See you guys in a little bit.
Arena
See you in 3 minutes.
Championship is back again this year. Summoners will be competing in the tournament with a total prize of $210,000. Starting with the preliminary in late August. Are you ready to join the 3-month journey to find out who becomes the best summoner of all? Let's see what has changed from last year. First, due to COVID-19, we will be holding all matches of the SWC 2020 as crowdless and online. Second, with this change, this year's preliminary and group stages will be integrated. The double elimination method will be applied from the preliminary to provide fairer match opportunities. Same as last year, SWC 2020 is divided into the Americas, Europe, and Asia-Pacific regions. Summoners who showed a great performance in the World Arena Season 12 and Season 13 will be selected based on the region they reside in and will play as the region's representative. SWC mode, the battle mode where summoners cannot pre-ban the monsters that were pre-banned in the last game, will be applied for all matches. For example, when playing multiple games, if player A pre-bans Wind Fairy King in the first set, player A cannot pre-ban Wind Fairy King again in the second set. However, player A will be able to pre-ban Wind Fairy King in the third set. Now, let's look into each stage. Preliminary. For Europe and Americas, 16 players, regardless of the countries, will be playing in the preliminary. For Asia Pacific, it will be divided into Korea, Japan, Chinese Taipei, and Hong Kong, Southeast Asia, and others. And 8 players will be playing for each region. The double elimination method will be applied to the preliminary. Players will be divided into winners group and losers group according to the first game's results. All players will have 2 chances. The players that won from the winners group and the players that won from the losers group's final match will advance to the Regional Cup respectively. Regionals. A total of 8 players that advanced from the preliminary will fight in the Regional Cup to win tickets to the World Finals. The Regional Cups will be held as quarterfinals with single elimination method. America's Cup will be held on October 24th, Asia Pacific Cup on October 31st, and Europe Cup on November 7th. 4 players from Asia Pacific region, including 1 player from the separate selection tournament in China, 2 players from America's Cup, and 2 players from Europe Cup will advance to the World Finals. In November, 8 players representing their regions will play in the World Finals to become the final winner. Who will become the best summoner of all in 2020? Please stay tuned. We will see you at the World Arena, where all the exciting and fierce SWC battles happen online.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to the RTA Season 13 Legend Tournament. We are just about to enter into the finals between True Whale and How to Play, and what an amazing last semifinals match we saw.
Exactly. We saw 2 different play styles clashing against each other. We saw the Bruiser, the long game against the Control, the Bombs, and we missed a Ciara.
And we did miss a Ciara. And you made a really good point while we were on the break. Freeman might have played that a little bit dangerously. We're not going to go into the finals without showing you a highlight reel of all the best parts of the last set. But I think you're right. I think Freeman might have played that a little bit dangerously.
Yeah, I wanted to highlight that even though he got the Gianna, and we knew that the Hathor was not his to pick, he could have gotten the Ciara to have 1 combo off. But he chose to stay with that different team. Brought in the segment that is great with a reset.
The segment is
but
great
he
choice.
lacks damage.
Right.
How can you get rid of that Josephine? She procced a lot.
Yeah,
she
she
controlled
did.
his team. So that took him.
It's the double whammy. You lack the damage, you lack the sustain, so you're kind of in a tough spot because you're trying to play the mid game and you just can't. But like I said, we got a highlight reel for you to show you all the best parts of that last set, so that way you don't miss a beat before we go into our final segment. Let's take a look at what that looks like.
The first match was extremely dominant from True Whale. He came off the bat with a Hathor, Oki, and the Ileana to bring in the protection. Early on, he sniped Yonham. He had to bring it back. But from that point on, we see how powerful the control from Oki with the reset, then the sleeps from Hathor. It was too much to deal without any immunity. He banked it all on the Juno, and the Juno only got one stun.
I know. It was a lot to put on poor Juno. She'd have to carry a lot. Yeah, we didn't see any stuns come out from that Juno until towards the end of the game. We were even debating whether or not she was on Despair.
And that Dragon Knight can't solo her, basically. So I feel that leaving the Dragon Knight on, even though he had two, and the Hathor with a heavy control was very detrimental.
That's right. So that got True Whale that first win. Leading into the second round here, we had the True Whale versus Freeman round 2, and there is the Josephine.
Yes. The ban on the Jaeger. We said there's not going to be damage on the other side. He needs the control. He got the control. He got the reset. But guess what? The Josephine started stunning, not letting Gianna take turns once and again. And then she started killing the Nefties, and nothing happened. She kept rocking and getting the passive back.
Single target stunning her way to what looked like an AoE stun. She controlled that game so expertly, and it was very close towards the end, but unfortunately Freeman couldn't just clutch it out.
And let's remember something. She doesn't glance on the first kill. So
That's
even
right.
if you put anything on her, she's gonna keep stunning you. And this monster stayed by one thread. 1 HP on the Tyrant is saved by those procs, but that shield from the Josephine coming in, and now it's everyone against poor Segment. We know that Josephine can solo her, and that was it.
She just couldn't do it. And this is pretty big. We talked about this a little bit in the beginning. Freeman was actually in this to get that 4th legend title, which would have made it so that he had the most legend titles of anybody.
Even more than Tomato.
Tomatoes got 3 in the SWC win, so if we're counting about appearances on the Hall of Fame, Tomatoes matching, but Freeman would have gotten 4 legends, more than anybody else. Here's the current bracket that we're looking at. So we saw how to play advance between them and Hana 2-0. We've only seen 2-0s so far.
And then on the other side, True Whale took a 2-0 as well, and we might see either a new champion for the first time with True Whale, or How to Play getting that 2nd legend in this type of tournament.
How to Play returning off of a Season 10 legend win. We're going to be deciding the winner here shortly. Now, How to Play, again, very aggressive, and True Whale might actually be a good counter to that with his typical bruiser kind of calm.
Yeah, I think that's going to be very important, but with True Whale, he has to take away parts of the combo. We know that How to Play plays Gianna. We know that he has the Hathor, the Ciara. He has to take one of those pieces away and not let him have it, because True Whale is the only one of the other players that doesn't have Gianna.
Oh yeah, that's a really good point.
So he can't steal it for himself. So maybe he'll opt to go towards the route of either pre-banning Hathor or first picking Hathor.
That would be a really good call, trying to go for control a little bit early too, or pre-banning it just to make it so you don't have to fight against it. Either way, this is going to be pretty incredible. True Whale was looking forward to this. He was saying 3rd time's the charm, and he might have called it ahead of time. True Whale might walk away as a Hall of Famer.
I would love to see maybe him bringing Juno, Tetra to counter that Gianna Nefties comp. Maybe we'll see something like that, or something kind of unexpected. And we're going to go into the first game of the finals. Best of 5, Evan.
Best of 5 now. There's no more playtime. You can't just win one and be at match point. You got to actually know your opponent personally. Here we go. How to Play versus True Whale. First round of the finals. Best of 5 of the RTA Season 13 Legend Tournament.
I hope we can go all the way. 5 games like last time.
That would be great. If this could stretch out a little bit so that I could savor it, that'd be amazing.
First pick is going to go to True Whale. We might see that Hathor, or we might see the pre-ban on it. He might choose the Gianna too. So let's see how he decides to play this first match, since he has the first pick, and maybe bring in one of the Dragon Knights amazing prevents on both sides.
Lots of respect for Jaeger today. We've seen him perform, so people just want to lock out that damage because that's what's really going to end your game fast.
I'm expecting a Hathor. I'm expecting a Hathor here. Let's see what he brings.
Hathor. It's Hathor. Nice
Boom.
call.
Is he going to split it with the Ganny, or is he going to let him play it and bring extremely high immunity and bruiser comp?
He could go on the defensive here and do exactly that. Pulling out 2 immunities might be the thing. I know that How to Play also has an Acroma somewhere in there.
Yeah, I think the Ganny's coming out for sure because he loves it. Pater, immunity, and Ganny.
Well,
we called it.
There it is, breaking up the combo, getting some immunity up in there. And like I said, How to Play has some creative forms of immunity too. Acroma, not a super common way to resist something.
Yeah. And now the Tyrannus coming in from True Whale. Remember, Tyrannus without any immunity against the Ganny is extremely dangerous. So he might be thinking, I'm going to ban that Ganny. That's not going to go through, or bring an immunity. And that's what it is.
Isn't it so funny how Ganny is such a great pairing for Tyrannus, but he's also his worst enemy when he's on the other side. Artemiel coming out for How to Play.
He steals their Artemiel from True Whale. He knows is one of the most important monsters he has in his box. And now he might decide to bring in a little bit of sustain, remembering, even though Pater has immunity, and the Archangel brings in some heals. Let's see what he picks. The Ragdoll is not on the table yet.
Ragdoll's not there. We talk about how Artemiel is 4-in-1. He's bruised, he's stripped, he's stunned, and healed. He's a full package.
Very aggressive picks right now because he can bring even that Josephine last pick. The combo so well with a Harp Magician and counters the Hathor.
Was the Vivichel was planned? That wasn't a timeout because that's a great pick regardless.
Yeah.
Even if that was locked in because of a timeout.
He gets one of the counters to Tyrannus, does not want to get reset. He can reset either the Vivichel or the immunity and Ragdoll finally. I was afraid that he was going to let the Ragdoll to True Whale, would like it to pick it, but now we might see that Josephine last and maybe a Ben. Oh! Leona! Better.
Whoa, How to Play with the clutch Leona at the end. There's only one source of defense break on True Whale's team, so that actually might have just forced the ban on Leona.
He might either try to do it as banning that death break, or it might be a trick, Evan. He might be telling him, oh, I'm going to ban your death break, but he's not. But he is.
Wow.
I think this came out better to True
That was
Whale
honest.
and
Yes, that was a really
That was an honest pick.
Good trade-off. Yeah, very honest. How to Play fully intended to ban the defense break. Seemed like they believed in that Leona just as much as True Whale did.
And the thing is, I don't know. He forced him to ban that monster, and now the Ganny might have an opening to reset Tyrannus.
I was most afraid of the Ganny on that team before the Leona pick. It was a great play by How to Play. That was the psychological warfare we see before the game. That was the first move. Whoever gets first, that was the first turn.
Yeah, and let's see who gets that, because we have 2 sources of immunity on How to Play side. First turn is from Hathor, very fast, even on Violet. Can she get the Ganny? Because I think he moves before the friend.
Oh, and the resist early on. One more turn. One more turn.
What?
Oh, that wasn't the second skill.
What? Oh, he saved it. He goes before, actually. He's not cut by the Ganny.
Whoa!
He's
True
not
Whale.
cut by the Ganny. He's going to wait for the immunity.
That was a hard
from
call.
the bear.
That was a hard call.
I thought
It
the
looked
friend
full.
had more attack.
I know.
bar.
It looked really full. That was a difficult call to make from True Whale.
Maybe he knows they're 1 speed off.
That-
speed
yeah,
tunes,
that's what
so
it
he
is.
knew it. The Dragon Knight goes for the big hit on the Ganny. He's at 50%, Evan.
That was fast. Ganymede, 50% in the grave already. Big hit from Ragdoll coming out and a stun from Artemiel.
Another proc. He might be at 12% right
Yeah.
now. He better proc with that bear. Now he puts the immunity, protects his team.
Yep. Now nobody's going to be landing any debuffs on them. Vivichel could be swapping the Ragdoll right now. He can swap. He can swap right and chooses.
He does not want to risk
That's
it because
dangerous.
no, because if there's a lot of attack bar and the Ragdoll procs or the friend
And
cleanses,
it brings it up to torrent
Exactly.
range. It'd be dangerous to do it, is what I mean. But
Hathor
like
procs
the green.
again, Evan. She gets the sleep. She procs.
2 for 2.
She comes in. Yep.
2 for 2. She could lock down the Ganny if she wants to, but chooses just to get a little bit more damage in on Pater.
He knows that there's a cleanse on the Vivichel still. Now he can get the cleanse on the Ragdoll. Does it, and he has the buff. There's a strip from the Artemio, and we know that Artemios are extremely dangerous, so he might wait for someone to die to bring it back, or just put the defense buff right now.
True Whale looking quite handsome on that side. He's looking like the game just started. His whole team is full HP. He's got all of his skills ready. Like, this is a good state for True Whale to be in.
Boy, that's a tanky Pater. Reset on the bear. The opening was there, as we talked about. The Ganny really powerful against Tyrannus, and now he has to wait.
Just as much a foe as he can be a friend for Tyrannus. He's locked him down. Now Tyrannus has no options. How to play can kill the Tyrannus right now. Force True Whale into a difficult position.
Tyrannus is his worst enemy. Genny's his worst enemy. Gets the stun on the monster that brings the immunity. Goes for the hits.
Tyrannus almost dead. He could follow this up. I don't know if he necessarily has it in the tank right now to lock down the kill, but he's just going to add a little bit more damage. Notably, True Whale's source of healing is stunned right now. He'd need a proc to get anything done. Great proc from Tyrannus. He could maybe do a little wild blow action here just to get some damage on the table, but
I don't think it can change a lot because the Viva Chell has immunity right now and can play it safe and protect her team. That's what she does. That proc was not very good.
nope, procced out of the immunity, and now Hathor can strip and sleep someone, maybe proc into a third skill, make her 3 for 3.
Goes for the Arda.
3 for 3, that's a proc from Hathor.
Yeah, she's tired of those counters. She can lock 2 down, goes for it, pulls attacks bars to the floor, resisted a little bit, but now there's an opening.
That's worth it.
Maybe he can make that Tyrannus survive, but the Ganny plays before. Does that Ganny have enough damage? Is this a tanky Ganny, or is this a crit damage Ganny? We're about to find out.
A crit damage Ganny would surprise me. A Ganny doing his best impression of a Daphnis would really surprise me right now. It's ventilating, getting a proc. He could just put glancing out, doing damage.
1 HP!
1.
He needs that. Oh, beautiful proc. He can heal right now, Evan. He goes for it. He gets a little bit of heal, but the Pater has the cleanse. The Hathor needs a proc right here. A proc for the sleep. She gets it!
4 for what?
This Hathor is insane.
The Hathor won't
She can
stop.
sleep the cleanser right now and take this home.
Is she going for it? Is that skill 2 or was that skill 1?
Wait,
Did he not do it?
nope.
That looked like skill, yeah.
He goes for it now. Immunity on everyone. He does not care. Provoke on 2. This Tyrannus is gonna die. Oh my god, it's gonna be really hard to come back in this 4v3. The Artemio is up.
Ragdoll with the torrent, trying to lock down the Pater. Not a lot, not enough to put him away. Hathor still having that second skill. The cleanse is already done, the damage is done.
She saved it for the Ganny because she didn't want the reset.
Nice.
Very patient play. The Tyrannus goes bye-bye, but he's banking everything on I kill the immunity from Pater, and my Hathor is gonna start shining.
Ooh.
Doesn't get the kill.
That was so close. That was a tough call. He dedicated the first skill instead of using third. Now he's got to use a whole turn from Ragdoll, and he gets punished for it.
Yes, stuns after stuns. The Ganny will have an opening probably, or no, the Fran has immunity.
Yeah,
actually.
the Fran
He can save it.
Didn't use
he
it.
can save the sleep. He can wait for it because the Fran has immunity.
Unpleasant stun. But
That hit so hard.
Fran-
It's a crit damage, Viva Shell. She needs a proc. No
No
proc
proc.
to cleanse the Hathor. This Hathor has procced 4 times.
5 times! Hathor!
She's incredible. Goes for the sleep on the 2 monsters. The Artemio's the only one that's gonna stay.
Ooh,
No, this is it.
Misses it on Vivichel, and that was it's either here nor there. I mean, he didn't really need it on that one. Mostly Ganny was the one he was aiming for. But is this Hathor gonna proc again? This is True Whale must be flipping out right
She
now.
needs to go for the Viva Shell because she has the cleanse. And now the Rag versus Arda. Who's the best one? He needs to keep chipping at him. He's a defense-based monster. He's extremely tanky. He hits very hard late game. But this Ragdoll is tanky too.
And notably, no defense break. That's why it's taken so long to chip away at these monsters. Of course, we're just waiting for Vivichel to make the big play and reposition those HP and attack bars. That could set up a kill out of nowhere, like a defense break just couldn't.
How to play targeting Fran as he should. It's the priority, the heal. But surprising thing, no ultis from Vivichel. No third skills.
Yeah, none.
She's like a Triana in this match.
That's basically what she's here for. The opportunity hasn't presented itself lately, but there were a couple times where we could have justified it. The only thing is that when you use it on Ragdoll and you put him into torrent range, doesn't feel that great.
Very patient. He hasn't had the opening. Maybe he's waiting for a Hathor snipe, but it hasn't happened. Maybe the monsters weren't speed tuned. That's a big hit.
Wow, that is a late game kind of hit coming out from Ragdoll right now. Just chipping away at Vivichel needs to get rid of that because that's the thing that's really going to upset your game plan late game.
That's why they're so powerful together, because the attack buff from Fran keeps making Ragdoll viable late game. He hits harder and harder.
Yeah, almost as if you don't need the defense break. And Vivichel's being forced to use that second skill because Hathor could have the opportunity to sweep the whole team.
Fran comes out of the immunity. That was a bad proc. The Ganny can reset her right now, Evan. This is the opening he was waiting for. No stuns coming in. He has to sleep this Ganny.
Can he do it?
Now.
Nice sleep. Had to do it. And a proc.
This Hathor is mad.
This Hathor won't stop. She doesn't know how to. And now Fran's like, okay, glad I'm still here. better attack Vivichel some more.
This Hathor's not playing any games. She's carrying the game for True Whale. This is the 6th proc.
That is
She's
insane.
unstoppable. Goes for the Viva right now, and now he has a chance to finish it. Yes!
Oh, and he
she's
kills
gone.
the Vivichel. That would have been a big upsetting unit late game. Just swapping the attack bars with the HP could have lined up a kill at any point. The opportunity just never presented itself.
The Hathor single-handedly carried this game. She kept controlling how to play, sleeping the Ganny, no resets for you, sir, and we see how important that first pick was, Evan.
True Whale with the first win in the finals. Just has to do that 2 more times if he wants to. I'd be picking that Hathor every time if I could. Vice versa, I'd be pre-banning it.
And stealing it from how to play, he knows is a very important monster for him. So if you're at home right now, start farming DB10. That's what Vile Runes are, because you'll need them for
He
this.
found DB11. I don't know. that was some kind of violent runes on that Hathor, but that was great for him. She took 2 turns every turn. But I remember the pick ban phase in the beginning. That was an excellent bit of psychological warfare in the beginning. Leona, we could have seen a universe where Leona was in that game.
Very decisive. So if he knew that that she was getting banned, maybe he would have switched that ban to Hathor.
Yeah,
That's the thing. But that was mind games.
It was.
It was mind games.
But it was, like we said, it was honest. It was honest. He was going to ban the Sekhmet from the beginning and stuck to it even with the Leona. I think he could have stood the ban to Hathor. I mean, great. Hindsight is 20/20, right? We're going to have to see how they adjust in game 2. We're going to have to see if How to Play can pull it together for this one and come at True Whale with something else.
First pick is his now. True Will might opt for the pre-ban on the Hathor, or will he come in and ban another LD? Does he let him have the Hathor or not? This is the moment.
I wouldn't let True Whale anywhere near
He
the
has
Hathor.
Gianna. He can first pick Ciara because he doesn't need to pick the Gianna because True Will doesn't have it.
one.
So this is a very important moment in the match. The pre-ban is going to be huge. I'm expecting a Hathor, and there it is.
Oh, and True Whale. Yep, there we go. Pre-ban out on the Hathor. If I was one of these players, I would try to line up a fast game for this one. I would try to do some DPS, try to go the opposite, just to not let Hathor or some other CC option carry me into the mid game.
I'm hoping to see a Daphnis. To be completely honest,
Daphnis would be
I
very
haven't seen a
decisive.
Daphnis from the side of How to Play. Maybe we'll see another one of our beloved Fairy Kings, because Ganymede has been present today.
Yeah, he's been,
every time.
Has he been Mr. 100%? Has he been in almost every?
Yes.
I think he's been in every game we've seen. Still to this day, amazing facilitator. He can make any combo work.
Yeah, I'm so glad he doesn't strip anymore.
Oh yeah, could you imagine? Oh man, the glancing still hurts. I mean, especially with Diana's out there.
True Will scales back to his full bruiser comp. No Hathor this time. He knows that Hathor fits any comp, and now we might see the Gianna Ciara coming in since he doesn't have the Hathor. If the Ciara is not picked, he can wait for it later on. Steals Ciara again. He doesn't want him to have his whole comp. I like that.
Yeah, that was probably a good steal. And this is looking to be an opportunity for How to Play to be a little bit more aggressive in these last 2 picks. True Whale, I love the Jaeger. I love the Jaeger and the Tyrannus pivot. It's very, very bruiser heavy. I like it.
Can we see Joseph in immunity coming out? Maybe the Fran is presented again. Yep.
There it is.
She's there, and the Rag. He does not change his strategy. This worked for him in the season. He keeps bringing it in. I'm surprised we haven't seen a Vanessa or a Triana yet from him, but maybe this is the game. And now last pick, will it be Ciara? Will it be another type of stripper? We haven't seen any of the Beast Riders. Against these comps, they're not as strong.
Yeah, we've only seen 1 Beast Rider today, I think. I think it got banned. We only saw one Savannah.
Oh, pre-ban. Savannah was
you're
pre-ban,
right. It was
not
pre-ban.
even picked.
It was early pre-ban.
The Panda.
Nice.
To cut that Ragdoll.
Does True Whale want to bring something to protect against that Nefties? Could we possibly see like a Tetra coming out of
Juno
here?
or another source of immunity works too, because he only has 1 stripper. That kind of tells you the ban's going to be...
Gianna. Yeah, he's
Exactly.
going to be banning out the Gianna. You don't want to get
Exactly.
stunned. No punishing for having that immunity.
Even though the Panda strips too, it's not as reliable. So
Right.
he's banking on that. He doesn't care that he told it. The ban is on the Amelia too because he wants to have an opening. If he can get that opening with Fran, with the Panda coming in the clutch, he can win. I think
Yeah.
that the Panda is the key. Or maybe a lucky Artemiel strip.
Oh, a strip from Artemiel could set up for something from Nefties, but Nefties is going to make this a very difficult game for True Whale. He's not going to be able to use all those extra abilities from Tyrannus or even his Jaeger. The Justice was going to be locked down.
Who can get this first turn? Is it gonna be the Fran or maybe the Panda is ultra fast and can try to control the other units?
That'd be a class. Here we go. Nefties coming up first, putting a silence on Jaeger to prevent the Justice. Fran putting up immunity and attack buff. Remember, True Whale doesn't have any defense break on his team, so he needs that attack buff.
Here comes the Panda. No, sir. This is very bad for him. No strips from Tian Lang. Here it comes. It's all on the Artemiel. He needs to strip and control that Fran.
And by proxy, he needs True Whale to crit soon. Putting the Soul Protect on Fran, love it, because the game plan kind of revolves around the buffs that Fran gives.
She is the cleanser. She protects the team. Now that Jaeger is not going to deal as much damage, but the provoke on the Panda was huge because then there's no death break coming into that Jaeger, and he's the only monster without immunity, Evan.
Jaeger's going to be bringing all that damage. A defense break on Tyrannus. Now he's net 0 on the defense. Between the defense break and the buff, he is at net 0.
He has a cleanse. He can choose safe play for Tyrannus or risky. Saves it. He does not care. He bangs on his monster. Here it comes. He has an opening. He saves it because Nefties hasn't played, and he'll probably goes for it.
Two full units are now gone through Nefties. Artemiel getting some damage on Tyrannus. Tian Lang.
I don't know if that was the right play. The Fran has the cleanse.
It's hard.
He saved it on purpose.
Just having 2 monsters, and now Fran is just going to change that to 1. I mean, you negate a little bit of damage off the Jaeger in the short term, but long term doesn't help too much.
And the Jaeger only has a 1-turn death break. Now he'll probably go for the cleanse on the bear. Here it comes. Tyrannus is cleansed and protected. Now he doesn't have the AoE. This would be the opening for the Nefties, and apparently we have a pause in the game.
From an admin. There we go. Look at the position that Nefties is in right now. So
Maybe there was an autoplay because, I don't know, that AoE, he should have saved it because you only get 1 monster.
Yeah,
You
it
only
was
net one monster.
extremely inefficient. That might have been an autoplay. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. We'll have the judges take a look, and we'll take the necessary actions to see what happens. Because that was a pretty inefficient use of Nefty's skill there. I think in some situations you can justify not using it on multiple, but when you know the Fran still has the cleanse, no, you wouldn't make
you're
that
getting
play.
1 monster only.
You wouldn't get
one
that play.
monster,
I know.
extremely dangerous. But, we all know our monsters. Maybe he trusted damage on the death break, wanted to bank on it. We know which monsters hit harder, so
Yeah.
we never know.
One way or another, we'll find out what happened. Worst case, we might have to do a restart with the same picks, same bands, and just start off the beginning of the game again, just to see what happened. Interesting start to that match, though. True Whale with the no defense break, Bruiser comp, just trying to play, just trying to get the damage in where he can, protecting the Fran. Operation Protect the Fran.
Yeah, I felt that he was very clutch with the last peak Amelia. Just a must ban.
Yeah.
He kind of told right away that he was going to ban Gianna. He doesn't care. He says, I don't trust that your Panda will be enough to strip me.
It's an inefficient strip, exactly. Yeah. Gianna is 100% activation, just accuracy resistance check. Tian Lang has to jump through a few more hoops than that.
Exactly.
It's only on one of the hits.
Even though he was rebuffed, he's a great monster, but the amount of buffs that he has on his comp make it really hard for the Panda, and that's why I was talking about. If the Fran is faster than the Tian Lang, that's going to be an issue.
Yeah, because he's going to probably strip one of the 2, and you're hoping it's the immunity so he can get the stun in. And we saw in those opening turns that it was actually pretty fruitless at the start. Like, Nefties is trying to look for an opportunity, and the closest thing to it was a 1 monster, netting 1 monster at the end there with the Fran cleanse.
And that's why a lot of players nowadays opt for Tian Lang with Despair Runes extremely fast. And as we expected, How to Play has network problems right now, so don't worry, we'll be back with him. That play was
brought to you by his AI.
Exactly.
More than likely. That's probably what that was, because
the AI does not know how to
yeah,
play.
it's like it didn't know how to count turns. Didn't realize. It's like, oh, Fran used it, right? It's just going out there, because if you think about it, you're barely netting 1, because like you said, Jaeger only had that 1 turn of defense break on him when Tyrannus had the 2, right? So he could cleanse the Tyrannus, and Jaeger was just going to get out of it naturally. Yeah. You're almost, that's a 0.5 gain, I would say.
And since we have a little break, let's remind everyone about the 2 mystical scrolls and 50 energy that are waiting for you with the code LT2020 June 27.
So
without the E.
That's the Android code. So if you're on Android, go here and use this code. If you happen to be on iOS, check the chat.
Yeah, talk to our mods.
They'll hook it up.
Big kiss to them. We love them.
Thank you, mods. Big heart to you. Not that I'm in the chat. Big hearts in chat. And this would also be a
Someone send them.
good time to remind everybody that if you like what you see here and you'd like to participate in something akin to this, the SWC 2020 pre-registration page is up in the events page in game right now. Take a look at that. All the battles are going to be all online, crowdless, so you don't have to worry about anything. You just sit back and play some SWC gameplay.
Exactly. We have a lot of great players that are here and have been in SWC, and others that we're not seeing right here, but are SWC winners.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see winners of the cups. Maybe we'll see Thompson back again.
He was in the top 15
Dreams
this season.
Joseph.
About.
Yep.
UT
Also
play,
on
not
the
to play.
top
How do you
30. Yep.
Yeah, and we've seen True Whale before in there. True Whale is really doing well today. He's really pulling out all the stops.
And consistency, Evan. That's the name of the game. He's shown that he's a player that came to stay 1, 2, 3 legend tournaments in a row.
Yeah.
He wants it, so we might see his face back again.
I love that. Like he's not giving up. He's not getting to the top and saying, "Oh, I didn't win it this time. I'm going to take a break for a season." He's trying every single season to get there. He wants that legend title. He wants to be in the Hall of Fame, and I respect that. True Whale is bringing it. He's showing us that he wants it. I love his pick so far. That Hathor was a pretty amazing performance. That's why you run it on Violent. When you run it on Violent, you expect it to act like that every game.
I think his had like 8 violent runes,
Dude.
but it was amazing. So
I
we're
trust
going
my
to have a
values.
break to fix that, and we'll be back in a little second with you guys for game number 2 of the finals, how to play versus
True Whale. We'll be right back.
Hello, Summoner.
Hello, Summoner.
Hi, Summoners.
Hello, Summoners. Hello, Summoners.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the RTA Season 13 Legend Tournament. We're just about to step back into the second game of the finals between How to Play and True Whale.
And they're going to have the same pick and ban that we had on the last match. Unfortunately, one of the players had a network problem, so we're going to jump back in and see how that's going to turn out.
That's right. So we're going to replay those opening turns, same pick bans, everything's going to maintain the same way, though we may not see Nephthys just use her second skill for netting one. That
looked a little bit weird.
That looked a little bit like an AI decision.
And before that, we didn't see a lot of RNG involved in the match, so I think it should develop similarly.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
The only thing is, will the panda strip this time?
Oh, that's the one chance that we got for something else to happen. Tion Lang actually landing.
Do you think in chat Tion Lang's gonna hit the strip now? If he does, that might change the game.
That might, or otherwise we might go that same prescribed route as before. But with the Fran, you choose one. Tion Lang's probably just gonna do one. It's gonna be hard for him to do both and stun at the same time.
I think this is like Tion Lang's birthday. He gets a redo. This is my chance.
His
I can
time
make
to
it for
shine.
you. If it misses it again, then it's like, oh.
Don't waste it, dude. Tion Lang, I'm talking right at you.
Yeah.
Don't
You're out. Shang Fei's in.
Yeah. Zhang Fei.
You guys saw the buff,
New
right?
buff to Zhang Fei. Zhang Fei's in RTA. He's taking
Very excited about that.
Yeah, the AoE cleanse. So good.
For raids for now.
Yeah,
let's
see.
Let's see what we can do.
For the people who don't have BJR5 just yet, speaking to my fellow non-BJR5 people out there.
And talking about these monsters, let's not forget the SWC 2020 this year. Once again, remember, seasons 12, the last one, and 13, this one, will be the ones counting for that tournament. If you're a G2, G3 player, don't forget to sign up in-game right now. I'm very curious to see what faces we're going to see this time on the prelims. We're not going to have group stage. And then on each one of the cups, Americas, Europe, and Asia Pacific, and we have a specialist here with us.
Oh, man.
If you were fluent in Korean, you'd probably be on all three cups. But you've been on two out of three. 2 out of 3. Have you guys?
It's been a lot of cups. I've been around the block. So again, that pre-registration page is open right now in the events page in-game. If you guys like what you see and you're in that G2, G3 range, I'd love to see you at SWC. You might actually have a chance to go up against some of the people that you're watching tonight.
Exactly. We might see a lot of known faces in there. I would love to see Obabo again. Maybe we can see Taki this time.
Obabo would be great. Hey, Taki.
Shout out to you.
Calling you out. Maybe it's your time to be an SWC, my friend. That would be kind of fun to see. Taki versus Obabo. Could you imagine that?
No, I wouldn't want to see that. That's
Make them fight.
Well, it's like seeing Thompson versus Cause I'm a G. It hurts you.
Yeah, it hurts
deeply.
like brothers.
Friends. It's like you and I.
I know.
Fight each other in
fight
RTA.
If I had to go against you in SWC, that wouldn't just feel. It wouldn't feel right because I'd probably lose though. It still wouldn't feel right. Like on a principle, level, it wouldn't feel right.
Even when you win, you don't feel happy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very tough.
And there's a lot on the line this year for SWC 2020. They'll be fighting for a $210,000 prize pool. Yeah.
Wow.
That's spicy.
That's pretty good. That's amazing. And these players will be playing from home this year.
Crowdless.
Exactly, just like this. We're going to be able to see it. We're going to have broadcasts. You guys will come up, and obviously we're going to have some gifts for you. And remembering the game this year, the 6 years anniversary.
Yeah, there's been a lot for the 6th anniversary. It's been a great one. For this Legend Tournament, Seppi, what's been your favorite game so far?
So far,
Was it the Josephine?
Yeah, I have to say it. I have the monster. I got 2 of her in a row, and she comes in and puts a performance like this. Procs 3 turns in a row, stuns the Gianna 2 turns, then stuns the Nephthys, kills her, keeps stun locking the whole team, and shows that an elemental Nep 5 can carry a game too.
For some reason, mine was when Pater got knocked out instead of Ganny early on, and rendering the Bulwark. It's like that. I love seeing those units where it's like they say, okay, Bulwark's allowed to stay because I have control over how efficient you are. I love that sort of play style. I think that's really smart evaluation. That ended up being one of my favorite games tonight.
Mine too. That's why when we talk about RTA, people say, oh, sometimes I don't have the units, I don't have the runes, but also strategy. Decision power, focus is huge.
And all these pick bans that we're seeing too, if you find those counters for your opponent's strat and you force that ban, that's the first turn. That's what we're talking about. You've already made the move, and by forcing them to ban something, you've gotten the team that you've wanted.
And in this G3 bruiser meta, like you said, the first turn is not that huge. If you're playing with players that you have a rune advantage against them, you know you're way faster, you can snipe them right away, you're playing cleave, but these guys know that all of them are at a level of their own.
Right.
They're gigantic, so you can't snipe that Artemio right away. You can't kill that Tyrannus with one shot. So the first turn is not that big.
Yeah. Play to your strengths and know your opponents. Again, guys, when we go into the second round of the finals, it's going to be the same pick ban phase as before, and we're just going to carry on as usual until we get to the pivoting point where we see if Tian Lang takes the second chance and actually decides to strip and stun some more people.
Yeah, he needs to create that opening for Nafties, and the best thing about this is that they'll be on the same grounds that they were on. There's going to be a little bit of RNG involved, but we might see comebacks. Let's remember, even if the Panda strips and stuns, if it's not the Fran, she has the cleanse.
Yeah.
She can bring it on. If he goes for the AoE, the Ragdoll gains a tech bar. So there are a lot of moving pieces. This is why this game with strategy is so complex. A lot of players create new things that no one has ever expected. Do you remember when Verd was quote-unquote buffed? He only gained an extra hit. The monster
was the same.
Good
He was all the
along.
same, and if you put him on Revenge, he operated the same way.
You
as
could
he
have
did
used
before.
them before, but no one realized for seasons and seasons, and monsters, people keep creating these amazing theories. We talk about even outside of RTA, the BJ5.
Yeah, it's amazing. I remember, and like you said with Verd, I remember watching Bagel right afterwards, and he was like, Verd didn't change. He was always like this. He was always this good.
Who's the monster, let's see, that you and Chad kind of saw coming from back in the day? You're like, this monster is going to be amazing and no one's noticing. Do you have any idea of who you had like that, Evan? I always liked Tessarion. And Tessarion, at one point, was incredible
Mine was
in RTA.
Miho. You remember? I built
Before-
Miho before 2A.
Wow.
That
you're
was
right.
it.
Evan always called her the mini Artamiel. When you said that, I even made fun
You
of him.
made fun of me.
I made fun of him.
You talked a lot of trash.
Yeah, I
actually.
made fun of you in that moment, and when you told me to put Antares on Revenge.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what? 1 year later, my Antares is still on Revenge.
Yeah, still amazing. Guys, I want to take the chance to remind you that we've had one coupon code so far, but don't leave after that finals match is over because we got one more for you towards the end of the evening. So you're not going to go home empty-handed. You're going to have fun, but you're also going to have some in-game stuff to take with you.
Yeah, and share with people in chat if out of those 2 mystical scrolls that you already got, we haven't gotten ours.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll get that Bastet. If you got something out of them, I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, hopefully, I hope you get the stat. That'd be really cool
Oh my
for
God,
you.
that would be amazing. If I don't, I want a Harp Magician.
I want Tyrannus.
Wow, that would be great for your comp.
It would
actually.
be suspiciously great for my comp, actually. That's my dream. Chat, what's your dream monster? Tell us.
Tyrannus, talking about him, we've seen him in almost every match tonight. Even though there are counters on the other teams, we've seen Okeanas to counter him, Sekhmet, Ganymede. We see if there's immunity, he's extremely strong. If it's not, even with the reset,
It's dangerous
has
with him. He's
stuns.
so. I don't think
It's
I've seen.
tanky.
I don't know if I've seen a monster so susceptible to resetting. Like if you have Ganymede on the other side, like that's you could be signing a death warrant right there if you don't have enough immunity to keep him protected.
or control.
Yeah.
Because in Truewell's case, he was, I don't need any type of immunity. I have someone called Hathor. She's going to sleep Ganny every time she gets a chance.
every time.
And in that case, you can opt to either do that or keep controlling the Ganny.
And that's a great example of offense is the best defense, you know? It's like, you know your monster's better than anybody. Guys, I want to remind you of the brackets right now. So this is how we got to the position that we're in. So we saw Hana versus How to Play earlier. We've only seen a series of 2-0s so far tonight, and it hasn't felt that way. These have been very give-and-take matches. Hana lost 0-2 to How to Play.
Super close. The Truewell 2-0 on Freeman with that clutch game from Josephine. And now, How to Play against Truewell. Truewell leading by 1. And we're going to go back to match number 2 and see, can Tian Lang pull it off? What do you guys think? I'm kind of low-key wanted to see some Tian Lang action.
I would like it to see, I would love Tian Lang to take that second chance and actually make something happen and line up that Nefties for success just to keep it a little bit interesting. But what if, so let's say Tian Lang does it exactly the same way. Given how we left that last match, was True Whale in a commanding position in that match for you?
I wouldn't say commanding. It was too early. If the disconnection hadn't happened, the Nefties probably wouldn't have used the AoE. So she would have an opening the next turn.
Right.
And then control from Nefties with Death Break is extremely powerful. So we have to see how this would play out without the AI coming in, because as we all know, Galleon uses time to loot on one monster with 1 HP.
We've made memes about it.
This is not anyone's fault. I'm not blaming anyone. The guy has something covering his vision.
Yeah.
You know, it's not his fault. He doesn't see very well. He only sees, he's like, oh, there's
Galleon
3 monsters
is like-
there. But there's actually only one.
Galleon, you're missing the depth perception. That's what you're trying to take away from them.
Exactly. Same thing for Lucian, my boy. Don't use amputate when there's only one monster left.
They're all guilty of the same thing. My Sigmaris did exactly the same thing, all in the same place.
Hey, don't talk ill of Sig. That lives in my heart.
That's what happens when how to plays. I'll like, AI, could you look after this for a second? I gotta go run and use the bathroom, and the AI just takes one turn and messes everything up. We got lots of exciting action coming up here. Again, guys, same pick ban phase, same opening turns. The pivoting point is gonna be on Tian Lang.
Yeah, we might see that first turn again. Fran goes before him. We won't see any changes also on the leader's kills. So these players will be on the same field of battle with the same power.
Have we seen a lot of monsters that are being affected by the upcoming balance patch? Has everybody seen everybody's probably seen the balance patch coming out soon.
Yeah. Who was your favorite change in that? I loved seeing Cian, the water Joker.
I know a lot of people are excited about the Amir 24% speed lead for free-to-play
God.
farmable. It's farmable now. I think that's
I have an
that's pretty
Amir.
cool. Yeah.
Never used them.
I don't know if it's a huge. I don't know if I would call it huge for Amir, but I would call it huge for other reasons. Like giving that 24% speed lead is actually pretty cool, and he can replace an AoE damage dealer.
That makes a lot of compositions viable.
Right.
And he's also a damage dealer that he hits based on speed. So he can get a little bit of extra damage, helping maybe your AoE stripper for the setup be a little bit faster. Tiana has a low base speed. You can use that Tiana with the Amir, maybe a setup from a Galleon with a tech buff and Death Break, and other monsters that could come in, maybe Belenus, because Belenus and Amir work really well together. We heard earlier today, Valley Bear is going to use that Amir with the Neptune's comp.
And I was going to bring up another buff that I don't know if you were necessarily quite as excited about, the Poseidon's skill not glancing.
I'm excited. It's just, he's
you were
so good.
We, being me and Valley Bear, convinced you to be excited.
No. That's not the thing. I thought he doesn't need it.
Oh, he doesn't need it.
What
but
would
I'll
I
take
get
it.
excited by a buff that a monster like Shiho? I'm okay. Like, why would
I'll
I get
take it though.
It's
Hey.
6 hits.
It's 6 hits. Hey, that's a lot of opportunities to miss a crit on Miho.
Exactly.
That feels good.
If you have a Shiho, put him on like 68%, 65. Don't go too high.
Yeah, don't go too high, and that's 6 hits. One of them is bound to miss. I mean, he was already a decent counter for Miho just because of the multiple opportunities, but now he's even better.
I lowered my Belenus crit rate because of Miho's. It used to be 85, now it's 68.
Nice.
And then the dots come in, the stun might come in, you miss a crit, boom, boom, Miho's down.
Weirdly reliable way to get rid of a Miho.
Yeah. Or you can just be Evan and not have
just
crit rate.
not have crit rate.
Ruin all your monsters like Mina.
I leave Miho in. Yeah, ruin all your monsters like Mina. Great advice.
Full crit damage, no crit rate.
Awesome advice. The Cian buff, though, I think is great. It was a long time coming, and I think it was a pretty big decision to change it from the surprise box onto the bombs. It fills a totally new role now. Same with Wool Young, actually. Wool Young got a little bit of a role
Oh my god, I'm
too.
so excited about that one. The attack bar boost, even though some people don't think is that good, I think is exciting. Yes.
When we had a Real Talk all day earlier today, we had a couple of people representing the Wool Young gang getting pretty excited about that. She can now be a pretty reliable attack bar lead. Guys, we're still waiting for that network issue to be resolved, so we're going to be heading off over to another break, and we'll be seeing you back here in just about 3 minutes for hopefully the second round of the finals coming up here shortly.
Hello, Summoner.
Hello, Summoner.
Hi, Summoners.
Hello, Summoners. Hello, Summoners.
Hello, Summoners. Summoners War World Arena Championship is back again this year. Summoners will be competing in the tournament with a total prize of $210,000. Starting with the preliminary in late August, are you ready to join the 3-month journey to find out who becomes the best summoner of all? Let's see what has changed from last year. First, due to COVID-19, we will be holding all matches of the SWC 2020 as crowdless and online. Second, with this change, this year's preliminary and group stages will be integrated. The double elimination method will be applied from the preliminary to provide fairer match opportunities. Same as last year, SWC 2020 is divided into the Americas, Europe, and Asia-Pacific regions. Summoners who showed a great performance in the World Arena Season 12 and Season 13 will be selected based on the region they reside in and will play as the region's representative. SWC mode, the battle mode where summoners cannot pre-ban the monsters that were pre-banned in the last game, will be applied for all matches. For example, when playing multiple games, if player A pre-bans Wind Fairy King in the first set, player A cannot pre-ban Wind Fairy King again in the second set. However, player A will be able to pre-ban Wind Fairy King in the third set. Now, let's look into each stage. Preliminary. For Europe and Americas, 16 players, regardless of the countries, will be playing in the preliminary. For Asia Pacific, it will be divided into Korea, Japan, Chinese Taipei, and Hong Kong, Southeast Asia, and others. And 8 players will be playing for each region. The double elimination method will be applied to the preliminary. Players will be divided into winners group and losers group according to the first game's results. All players will have 2 chances. The players that won from the winners group and the players that won from the losers group's final match will advance to the Regional Cup respectively. Regionals. A total of 8 players that advanced from the preliminary will fight in the Regional Cup to win tickets to the World Finals. The Regional Cups will be held as quarterfinals with single elimination method. America's Cup will be held on October 24th, Asia Pacific Cup on October 31st, and Europe Cup on November 7th. 4 players from Asia Pacific region, including 1 player from the separate selection tournament in China, 2 players from America's Cup, and 2 players from Europe Cup will advance to the World Finals. In November, 8 players representing their regions will play in the World Finals to become the final winner. Who will become the best summoner of all in 2020? Please stay tuned. We will see you at the World Arena, where all the exciting and fierce SWC battles happen online.
Hello, Summoner.
Hello, Summoner.
Hi, Summoners.
Hello, Summoners. Hello, Summoners.
Hello, Summoners. Summoners War World Arena Championship is back again this year. Summoners will be competing in the tournament with a total prize of $210,000. Starting with the preliminary in late August. Are you ready to join the 3-month journey to find out who becomes the best summoner of all? Let's see what has changed from last year. First, due to COVID-19, we will be holding all matches of the SWC 2020 as crowdless and online. Second, with this change, this year's preliminary and group stages will be integrated. The double elimination method will be applied from the preliminary to provide fairer match opportunities. Same as last year, SWC 2020 is divided into the Americas, Europe, and Asia-Pacific regions. Summoners who showed a great performance in the World Arena Season 12 and Season 13 will be selected based on the region they reside in and will play as the region's representative. SWC mode, the battle mode where summoners cannot pre-ban the monsters that were pre-banned in the last game, will be applied for all matches. For example, when playing multiple games, if player A pre-bans Wind Fairy King in the first set, player A cannot pre-ban Wind Fairy King again in the second set. However, player A will be able to pre-ban Wind Fairy King in the third set. Now, let's look into each stage. Preliminary. For Europe and Americas, 16 players, regardless of the countries, will be playing in the preliminary. For Asia Pacific, it will be divided into Korea, Japan, Chinese Taipei and Hong Kong, Southeast Asia and others. And 8 players will be playing for each region. The double elimination method will be applied to the preliminary. Players will be divided into winners group and losers group according to the first game's results. All players will have 2 chances. The players that won from the winners group and the players that won from the losers group's final match will advance to the Regional Cup respectively. Regionals. A total of 8 players that advanced from the preliminary will fight in the Regional Cup to win tickets to the World Finals. The Regional Cups will be held as quarterfinals with single elimination method. America's Cup will be held on October 24th, Asia Pacific Cup on October 31st, and Europe Cup on November 7th. 4 players from Asia Pacific region, including 1 player from the separate selection tournament in China, 2 players from America's Cup, and 2 players from Europe Cup will advance to the World Finals. In November, 8 players representing their regions will play in the World Finals to become the final winner. Who will become the best summoner of all in 2020? Please stay tuned. We will see you at the World Arena, where all the exciting and fierce SWC battles happen online.
Hello, Summoner!
Hello, Summoner.
Hi, Summoners.
Hello, Summoners! Hello, Summoners! Hello, Summoners!
Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to the RTA Season 13 Legend Tournament. And we're now joined at the table by a laptop with chat open so that we can talk to you guys for a little bit. Didn't want to leave you guys hanging for too long.
We can see chat now. I can't believe this. Yes, we can. And we saw our very own Valley Bear in there. Who else did you see?
Valley Bear Once in Love. I'm seeing Toru in chat.
Big kiss to you.
Nelly the God coming
What's
down from
up?
Mount Olympus. What's up, Once in Love? Good to see you.
Woo! What's up?
So,
Zan Penguin.
as you guys saw, we're still waiting for some technical errors just to be resolved. So while we did that, we figured we might as well just open up chat and talk to you guys. My name is Evan also.
Purple Trooper. I love every
My
Evan,
homie.
so I love you.
Yeah, that's true. You know who was also named Evan? Mystery Hunt.
Exactly. And we love Mystery
I don't know if you guys... Hey, what's up, Wycuz? I'm so sorry. Hey, don't...
Net
Why are you
one.
apologizing?
Caillou, what's up, my
chilling.
man? Thank you for watching here. We also have the BR stream up. So we wanted to ask you guys, do you have any questions for the casters? Do you want to talk about the balance patch, this season, the meta, these amazing games
Bring
that
it,
we
let's
saw?
talk.
The best question in chat gets an answer.
That's right. Lucky Magnet.
Hey guys, how you
Stoic.
doing? That's
Hey,
very good.
I'm doing really well. Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
I'm a little...
How do you play?
To be honest, I'm doing great. I'm wired on caffeine right now, so I'm figuratively bouncing off the walls.
Moist Nail Poop says, what color are Bernard's eyes? And to everyone's surprise, purple.
They're purple. They're purple. Dude, we could play lightning round right
Shadow Frost asks, where's the Christina buff? We're asking for it.
now. Yeah. Wait, but dude, my Christina is ready to roll.
Moving! Team No Sleep, baby.
Woven
Let's
says
go.
that his beard is safe after I threatened to shave your beard if you weren't here to watch the Legend Tournament. It's not safe. You could lose
Mad
anytime.
Sally asks, where's Beezy? At home, working. Lazy bum. Thank you for being up at 2 a.m.
Fire Demon needed more love. As a Fire Demon owner, I'd be open to some more love for the Fire Demon, to be honest. But
Important
to
question
start-
from Celtic Rowan. Very sad answer. No, I did not. I dropped 150 points in the last day. So it happens, cutie.
Acontece, Linjin. Oh, it's the wrong language for that. I just want to give a shout out to Blaze Zero Rage because it's like the pseudo anniversary of me giving him his first shout out for me personally.
Cian Haru says, Cian buff amazing. Big
Couldn't
surprise.
agree more. Yeah.
Wait,
told
Nat
you.
one. What's your favorite monster and who was your first Nat 5?
Awesome. So my favorite monster kind of changes with the seasons. Right now, it's actually 2A Raok. Because in theory, my favorite monster was Sylvia, but 2A Raok has just satisfied.
You've never had her.
Has just satisfied everything. And my first Nat 5 was Jameer
Which you just started using.
in RTA.
On my side, my first Nat 5 was Ganymede before every nerf. So broken Ganymede, like Ganymede that could multi-hit strip,
Ventilate himself.
ventilate himself,
Nice.
reset the team, solo everyone, better than Lauren. And my favorite monster in the game, can anyone in chat guess? Winchigo, Havana. Wait, is someone watching from Havana?
Hey,
I heard we have more than 20 players there.
in Havana. I saw Raigeki in chat right now. I just want to do a throwback to the top 6 most impactful monsters video. If you haven't used 2017 Ganny, you haven't lived.
Yeah, that was so
2017
much fun.
That was a trip. What were you going to point out?
Quick question. Stoic, did he write your autobiography as a ghostwriter? Because he just said, Evan's favorite mechanic is team up.
Dude.
Spoiler.
Stoic has such a
Dude.
good memory.
J
Love you,
Mac
dude.
is in here too. What's
up?
up, Jeff? We
Good to
love
see
you.
you, Jeff.
Oh, Once in Love. What about Tableau in season 1?
Wait. Dude, we don't talk about Tableau in season 1.
That was so wrong.
That was
many ways.
gnarly. That was super gnarly.
Come to us, Gigi, and chat. We love you, Gigi.
Hey, Island Grown. What's up, man? I'll
Are
give
you
a
guys
shout
keeping
out.
safe right now?
Good to see you, Island
Yes. I've been tested, by the way.
Grown. Yeah, actually.
Very safe. So, missing Buff Chow and Balance
make a
Patch. Caio, we hear you. We're asking
who
for
was
it.
that?
Buff Chow.
Oh,
We're asking
dude.
for that.
Could we? Wait.
Chat,
Can we
wait.
Give Chow Laika's first skill buff. Nah, that wouldn't even do it. No.
I think a better passive. We have to just change it up. I'll tell you guys later what we
I'll
asked.
think about it.
Buff Kraka, yes. No, I want you guys in chat to say only 2 words. Say buff and the name of a monster right now. Those are the 2 words you're allowed
Whoa.
to say. I want to see everyone so we can see which are the top 3 monsters that you want to get buffed the most.
Ludia. Oh,
Valley Bear, you cheater, no.
Leona. Hey, real answer.
Chow is getting a lot of love.
Chow. Yeah, I'm seeing a couple.
Shazam.
Buff Han. Han just got some attention.
Yeah.
Pontos.
No, not Raok. Ariel
Raok's
getting
wonderful.
some love. Geldnir. Oh, finally.
Is that once in love
Professor
that said Buff
Geldnir.
Miho? I know you don't mean that.
It was him.
I know.
Buff Shan, but you misspelled it, but
But we got you.
I got you. Ariel, Christina,
You know,
Belle.
Christina's getting a lot, but I'm about ready to build my Christina because I've got
Naomi.
Yeah, because I've got Lydia. Lydia and
Buff
Christina
Chow.
together.
Pontos. Let's talk about Pontos.
So Pontos
He's
is
the worst Chloe.
wait. Yeah.
Do you agree or disagree, chat? Just saying, agree or disagree if you think that Pontos is a worse or the same as Chloe.
Where's dude? Come to us Motion. I think Come to us Motion
Agree.
has a list of all of the suggested buffs that we did. Agree.
Yeah.
He's a harder to get Chloe, and it's
Nice. Okay, second kind of crazy opinion. Now I want to see everyone to send the word nerf and the name of a unit. You only get one, huh?
Yeah,
I don't want to
one.
see anyone changing.
No dupes.
Nerf another unit. Let's see. Nerf unit so we can see who's the one that people want.
Lauren Hathor.
I was expecting that.
I was expecting
Miho.
Miho. There they are. There's the Mihos.
Oh, taking Miho more than Hathor?
Now, do you guys
guys, Hathor train. Let's go, baby.
Where's Hathor?
Get
Come
it
on,
back.
guys. Show
Miho's
it. Don't you
fine.
remember how dope Hathor was a few seconds
Okay.
ago? Where's Hathor at?
Let's change this to Hathor. Molong, Ciara, Annie Bomber, Lauren, Elucia, Fran. Guys, don't nerf Miho. We have counters.
We have counters for me. There's so much going on. Yeah, Mo Long's back, and he's here to reckless a Miho. Like,
Yep.
I think Miho's good where she's at right now. Low crit rate is the answer. Low crit rate is the answer. Or you can ban her if you think that if you get 1v4'd, controversial opinion, this was not said by me, this was said by somebody earlier today on Real Talk All Day. If you get 1v4'd by Miho, you might have picked wrong.
Hey,
That wasn't me.
Don't point any fingers.
I'm quoting
don't
somebody.
point any fingers. Okay, question to the chat now. Do you guys know what a Japanese cleave is? Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah.
You do, and you're not in chat. But
Yeah.
if you know what a Japanese cleave is, say yes. If you don't, we'll explain. And my question is, do you prefer Japanese cleave or classic cleave?
Oh, good question.
Yes. No. Some people said no. So Japanese cleave is basically a cleave that has Bastet, Draco, Garo as a speed lead, and you can bring double speed lead with either our beautiful friend Shimite, that is the wind.
I always underestimate Shimate, and I just get
He's
destroyed.
such a good monster.
Yeah, I just get destroyed.
Okay, perfect. And also you can have Lucian and Julie. Sorry about that. Do you prefer that type of cleave or classic?
I like the new take. I like the Japanese cleave.
Yeah?
Yeah,
It's
I
very
kinda- I
strong.
kinda dig.
We have a master of it. If you guys don't know, Foxy, SW.
Foxy
Great
SW.
player.
Dude, Foxy is all about the cleave.
Oh, you see? Nerf
Whereas
Foxy.
Nerf Foxy.
Jap
Great.
cleave.
Yeah, very good. That's a very good turn.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like Foxy needs to get nerfed.
Buff Josephine. No, I don't think we need that.
Hey. I don't know if you could stand to say buff Josephine after the show that we just saw.
Hit me says, I killed Miho in RTA with my 97% crit rate Verge. So satisfying.
Wow. Oh, dude, that feels good.
2 words for you. Math works.
Math works. Those are numbers. There's a 3% chance.
Raigeki, what's up?
Love you, dude.
Big kiss.
I kind of dig the Beast Rider. I dig the Beast Rider change. I dig that.
I like it. I think they were okay. We haven't seen any today.
Yeah.
We were going to see the Savannah Chiwu combo, but in the
Pre-banned.
end it got banned.
Yeah. Would you guys want to see more Beast Riders in this tournament, or have you seen enough in the RTA season?
Okay.
That's a question for the chat that I got.
Nice.
Stonks. Maybe it's Stonks. Maybe they saw that like they're getting nerfed, so they're like,
Yeah.
maybe I'll just
Guys, we saw the nerf Miho. Don't worry. Let's talk about it's the same person. We got you. I got your name. I know where you
personally still think Miho's got plenty of counters.
live. I know where you live. Pichu Gang 849.
Somebody picked a Miho into me today, and I killed it with Fran. Like first skill Fran. There you go. That'll do it.
Nice. Beast Riders are life. I wish I had one. Lauren also did not picked at all today. Like if you guys watch a lot of replays or G3 players, Lauren's not that picked in there. A lot of immunity options. And
we were expecting to see more Lauren today. That was one of the calls that we made beforehand, but you know.
Now I want to ask you guys, what's out of the 3 main dungeons, so GB10, DB10, or MB10, the one that you've been farming the most lately?
GB10 for me.
GB10?
Yeah, I'm going back to
Nice.
basics.
I'm on DB10 right now. GB10. People trying to get fast here. I like it.
Hey, GB10, I like
I
this.
love the one that once in love is farming, by the way.
What do you say?
Rune Pack B10. Very effective.
Guys, we're really loving talking to the chat right now, but we just got notice that we're actually about to go into the second round of the finals right now. Again, I just want to reiterate, it's going to be the same pick ban phase. We're going to see what happens after that. Looks like the players are getting set up. Thank you guys so much for chatting with us while we waited. This was really nice.
Yeah, we hope we can talk to you
Thanks
again
for staying
soon.
up.
And we're going to focus right now on going back into this match with the same pick ban phase. So some things will probably change or maybe not. Maybe Tian Lang is just going to do the same.
Maybe it'll just be prescribed as it was before. We're gonna
Since we have you guys for a couple more seconds, just say Tian Lang or Fran. Who do you think
is going to come out on top? Who's going to win?
On this second one.
Who's
I want to
gonna
see
win?
what you guys think. So Tian Lang or Fran?
Fran. I'm seeing
the
tons
Fran
of Frans
train,
right
baby.
now. Everybody
Let's
thinks
go.
Fran's double buffs is going to outsmart the second
3
skill of
stars better than 5 stars.
It's an LD Nat 5. You said you were kidding. You're not really that kidding. You can get it in the Ancient Coin Shop, though.
Oh, before we go, tell everyone about something that came out this last weekend.
What came out this weekend?
A video.
Oh, hey, guys. Funny you should talk about. So the top 6 monsters that you should 6-star first came out last weekend. It's a video trying to tell you what monster is probably the #1 viable one to 6-star first. And
This is not an order to 6-starring.
this is not an order,
Just
so you
who
shouldn't
should be the
6-star
first
all
one.
6 in a row. You should probably throw Lapis in to get a farmer, to be honest. I would do a farmer, and then the one that is at #1. So I would go watch that video if you, well, you might even be watching on our YouTube, to be honest, so you could just click on our channel right now and take a look.
Amazing. Easier.
Yeah, save it for after the game. So farmer, and then this monster that's at the #1 slot in the top 6. So if you
Don't
haven't seen it,
spoil the
I'm not
list.
going to spoil it, but the whole reason why we're bringing it up is a little bit
And
of
this is
spoiler.
a very scientifical.
Scientifical.
We have a method.
Amazing. Yeah, there's a method.
There's a method going
Guessing
on there,
actually
so
never
watch.
yields thorough heuristic. Guys, here we go. Round 2 of the finals. True Whale versus How to Play.
And with the first turn, once again, we have the Nefty. Now on the other side, everything so far is the same. He's going to put the immunity up.
This is it. This is the turning point. The chat has voiced their opinion. They think that Fran's going to win. This is the deciding moment. Tian Lang, second chances. We believe in second chances here.
Double stuns, controls the Fran. No attack bar for her, sir. And now even Tyrannus is stunned. Now the reset comes on the bear. Bad Ganny with the proc. There's going to be an opening for our beautiful Nefties to put Death Break on everyone.
This is a huge window, and I don't think Tyrannus is ever going to get to look Ganymede in the eyes again. I don't think I can look after that betrayal.
Even though that was a very risky play, because if Fran gets a proc here, she can get the cleanse. So there it does! It's like I saw it coming.
Yeah, clairvoyant Seppi over here. She's going to get the cleanse. So if she wanted to, she could do that right now.
Yeah. I think that he took the gamble. I would have liked the cleanse on a different monster.
Maybe, but you know, it is what it is. And also Nefties came right after, so there wasn't a whole lot to lose. Or to gain, I guess I should
Exactly.
say.
Now we have a ventilate on the Nefties. One more proc from Ganny. He's out of his mind on this game.
This is Nefties 2 reloaded. Fully ready to unleash that second skill again.
Fran needs a proc again. No proc and a stun this time. The Tian Lang showed why he's here. Another. Fran is little by little dying. So now his risk paid off, Evan. He has the second skill once again. He can put it on the ragdoll too. The Nefty's control comes in. This is crazy how big this Panda Bear has been.
Even Jaeger has his damage hugely reduced because of that, and his options super limited. Everybody's silenced on their turn. Amazing skill 2 from Nefties. Great setup. Tian Lang really proven himself in this one.
For whoever's at home and thinks that glancing hit is not a great debuff,
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a whole thing. It's going to shut down your damage. It's basically healing. Hot take. Hot take.
we're not going to get into that, Evan. We don't have time for that today. But once again, we have a little bit of a delay. I hope it's not a disconnection.
And there it is. The disconnection procced.
Wow.
Wow. Disconnect OP, nerf disconnect. That was great. Guys, unfortunately, we're going to have to reevaluate to see what's going on there. We're going to get back to you guys hopefully soon. Maybe we might even be able to reconnect if it isn't fully stopped. Worst case, looks like there's a network problem right now. We just got notified. I'm
How
having
to play
deja
again,
vu.
apparently. But this time he was on top.
He was on top.
So it is probably his internet. Indeed,
I would reset my router. At this point, I'd reset my router. Or find an Ethernet adapter for a lightning cable.
Hopefully.
That's what I would do.
Hopefully.
That was a pretty commanding position for
You know what could have happened? Maybe he's outside. Maybe he's on his 4G. Some problem with the 4G. He's playing, you know. Something happens.
like that happens.
It happens to all of us. It happens to all of us.
All right, guys.
Oh,
doesn't look like it's going to be that big of a disconnect this time. Looks like we're already on standby to return into that game right now, so stick with us. I don't think we're going to be waiting quite as long as before. Because that was definitely a situation where How to Play stood to kind of take the lead there. He was pretty far.
That was.
He was pretty deep.
With a Tyrannus reset. Oh, he's coming in.
Right back where we left off.
Okay, coming back in. He has the chance to finish off that Fran, Evan, and the Ganny has been proccing 2 turns in a row. So he'll have his kills soon enough to control once again, and it's going to be Dragon Knights against the world. They need procs. No procs. Can't they proc enough to kill this Nephthys?
Great stun. Look at that. True Whale has locked on. He's tunneling down that Nephthys, and great idea, too, because she is the problem.
He went again for the Tyrannus. He was already reset. I don't really understand that choice, but it's probably auto.
That's probably what it was.
Because he should have reset the Fran instead of the Tyrannus. The Tyrannus was already reset.
Yeah, tons of turns.
We see the attack bar, the turn bar, sorry, has gone down, and the Nephthys, for Nephthys to die right here, both Dragon Knights needs to proc.
Right.
He needs procs, killing this Nephthys and then going on into the Ganny and the Panda.
There's a lot of turns in between that, though. Look at the attack bars. We got Tian Lang going up next. Artemiel soon to follow. Then finally, Jaeger might get a turn. I think Ganny's slightly higher. I think Ganny's attack bar is higher.
Ganny's definitely getting a turn
there
before they're back. Here comes the Nephthys.
Nephthys could confirm or
he plays it safe.
Waiting. Yep.
Plays it safe. The Archangel heals even. Wow. He
Great
does not want to risk anything. Good proc. He needs a big stun on the Nephthys right now. Does not get it, and the counter kills him.
Oh, that
now
was rough.
the Tian Lang. Everyone has death break. He's gonna little by little kill them, and the Nephthys will get a turn to put silence on that friend that had a sliver of the checkbox.
If the Nephthys could have just been taken care of, True Whale probably could have had a chance at coming back just with the Jaeger alone, but this is a lot of debuffs to overcome. This is a high mountain to climb.
As we said it, if the Panda acted like the stripper you wanted to be, he would decide the match.
Completely changed the game. The chat voted. They thought Fran was going to win. We thought Fran was going to win. Tian Lang came out on top there. We entered into a different timeline. Tian Lang just pulled through.
This is like back to the past.
1-1. 1 for True Whale, 1 for How to Play. Nobody's at match point yet. There's a best of 5. They need to get 3 wins in order to be confirmed the legend of RTA Season 13. So, what more is there to say about that game? Tian Lang decided that he likes his second chance at life, and he stripped and stunned like a champ.
Yeah. I think this game's done, and now True Whale needs to think of what he's going to do, because if I'm How to Play, I'm not letting him have Hathor this time. So I'm pre-banning that.
Yeah.
If he's not letting me have Hathor, I'm not letting him.
I think Hathor was pre-banned last time.
Yeah, so, but
on
the
the
opposite
other
side.
You're
so
right,
that's what I'm telling you.
pre-banned it. So
he
yes,
can switch.
He can switch it. You're right. I remember
Yeah.
seeing the icon, but I forgot which side shows it.
He can switch around. So the question is, if you're in chat, would you choose to ban that Hathor, or would you change it? Would you keep the ban on the Jaeger, the Ragdoll? Are you more afraid of that? I'm extremely afraid of that.
I think the Hathor.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of the Hathor.
And we know that How to Play loves the Ganny.
How to Play just faced against the Jaeger and the Ragdoll and came out victorious. You know, like, so clearly, if you have enough control on your team, you can overcome it.
But once again, he stole a monster that is the base of the comp of True Whale, that is Artemiel.
Yeah.
He's playing very smart, taking one away. I don't know if Artemiel is as important
Pre-ban worthy, is that what you're trying to weigh right
exactly,
now?
no.
Yeah, I don't necessarily
No,
think so,
I mean in the sense of, do I pick Artemiel or do I steal the Ragdoll? I feel that Ragdoll is extremely powerful because of the turn advantage it gives you. Artemiel is just like that control and that little by little damage.
The Holy Quadrinity, you know, he's got the bruiser, the strip, the stun, the heal. He's all in one
He's
package.
everything in one, and we're gonna go in game number 3.
Game number 3.
We're gonna be the pre-bans. I hope to see that Hathor. Last round was Hathor on the side of True Whale and Liliana on the side of How to Play. We might see the Hathor switch sides right now, or does How to Play go back to what he did on round number 1?
How to Play has a little bit of flexibility here. True Whale, though, I don't know what I want True Will to pre-ban.
Are we going to see a change on strategies? I would love to see
He needs to.
a Beast Rider coming in.
Oh, a Beast Rider would be awesome. Gianna is a pre-ban from
Maybe
True
a
Will.
Barbara
Jaeger
to
from
ignore
Heaven.
that defense
That
with
would
the
be-
amount of buffs that Tyrannus brings on.
We haven't seen a Beast Rider in play yet, so I would love to see a Beast Rider by this point.
I'm expecting Hathor first pick for True Will. Very dangerous monster. And 2 seconds, not even that, and he locks that down.
Breaking up
Fast.
the combo. This is similar to what we've been seeing so
Ganny
far.
Tyrannus,
Ganny
yep.
Tyrannus, amazing. It's on the same side.
Can How to Play bring that segment or that Okeanos to reset these monsters, and both of them have elemental advantage against them? Fire monsters coming in, or is True Will gonna wait for it, bring his double, not double because Jaeger was pre-banned, his Ragdoll and maybe Arda right here.
I liked what you said about the segment too. Seeing that, there it is! The segment.
It's like he's watching the stream.
Yeah, the segment.
Beautiful picks.
There to
He
reset.
also gets that immunity to protect himself from Ganny. Now the Pater comes in and the Ada. Ada in. Can he bring a last pick that will be another immunity or maybe a Josephine, something else to deal with Hathor, or is he already thinking about banning her this time? She's ban
Could
worthy.
he be signaling? He might be signaling a ban on Hathor so far, but we got to see because Ragdolls, all these monsters are threats.
You know what I would love?
And a
Oh
me
my
game.
god, me, that's amazing. I wanted a Leica. That works. That works the same. Brings that second immunity, how we expected, and now
So
the question
Hathor's
is,
gonna stay.
Hathor stays, probably the ban on the reset.
That's what I was going to say. Sekmet is
Yes.
probably out.
Probably.
Because he stands to lose way too much. If
Yeah.
he loses Tyrannus or Pater from that, like that could, that's a lot.
That's game.
And Ganny only has one ventilate at a time. You know, like he has
And
to choose.
he only has the strip of Artaniel to work with that.
Oh, good point. He's lacking. He's sans most strips. You know, he's got one strip at a time.
Can this Miying take it late? Ban on the Artaniel and ban on the Fran. Very aggressive bans on both sides. I don't know if letting the segment in was
A
what
great
you
idea.
wanted to see. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to steal the bus. It's going to reset you, and it's got a low cooldown time. If we lock down the Ganny early too.
I like how he's not afraid of the buffs, not afraid of Amelia, not afraid of all of that, because he knows that the segment, the more buffs you have, the faster she gets the cooldown back. Hathor with the first turn comes in, trying to sleep one of the immunity options, or he's gonna wait it out to let them put the immunity up. Yep, he does it again. He's gonna wait for it, let the immunity come in, and then try to control them. Very smart play by True Will. Now he has the chance for the reset, but then again, Ganny has the ventilate. So
He does have the ventilate, but he
Yeah.
at least could get rid of the seal magic.
Resist!
Big
Very
resist too.
important resist.
His Hathor is about to lose that sleep potential or the increasing cool time on Sekmet, so she
Very
faces
smart.
the whole cooldown time, which is not something you're used to seeing on that monster. She has so many ways to dodge it.
Now we see why the ban on Fran was extremely aggressive and good.
Now he's totally True Whale is going to be empty soon. All his immunity is going away.
Big hit from the Pater. Now the Minion comes in, buffs his team, heals for everyone. The pony transforms, and the segment does not have the reset.
No reset on Sekmet. Remember, she's facing the full cooldown time, and a freeze isn't helping anybody. Amelia, nice freeze from that one, chipping away at her. She's suspiciously tanky, even in human form.
Yeah, good proc from another proc from Tyrannus side this time. Crits on the fire monster, almost take her to the grave.
How to play, feeling great after an awesome series of procs right there. And he's got the chance to ventilate somebody if he wants to. Maybe ventilate the awesome Soul Protect is back up now.
And remember, like we said, now he only has one trip and the stun from the bear. He can go on top of that. You didn't need that freeze. Why
No.
did you do that?
No, you keep getting the freeze. You don't need the freeze, but you got
Here
it.
it comes. Ragdoll keeps hitting this Amelia that is extremely tanky with a defense buff.
The defense buff is just keeping all that damage away.
Oh my god, second crit from Tyrannus. For sure, this is above 85% crit rate. Now, the chance to strip the Amelia, take out their revive buff. Yes!
Nice.
Important proc, Evan. Even though she doesn't have anything, she can have it in 2 turns now. Can she get that?
He'll take any proc at this point. Sekmet has got more than one foot in the grave. She is knee deep in there. Amelia.
Missed the glancing. Missed the glancing. This Dragon Knight can take that Amelia down right now if he gets a proc.
No proc. No proc. Mi Ying could follow up with something cool. Hawthorne looking for an opportunity to use that third skill, but it's not going to be here for a while as long as Amelia is still out.
And the thing is, even though Amelia used the cleanse, he still has the cleanse from the Pater.
He's got the cleanse.
Too much immunity.
And he's got the Soul Protect from Tyrannus, so when Amelia eventually dives, she's just going to come right back at 30%.
Yeah, I don't know if letting both immunities on was the best choice when you're playing with Hawthorne and with Mi Ying. I think he's banking everything on Mi Ying and Ragdoll soloing the other team.
Because he's got damage, no doubt, but is it enough to get through all these defense-based monsters with the buff? A freeze on Ragdoll is going to negate more of that damage coming out.
He needs a lot of procs to control this team and just kill them little by little. Here it comes, no proc from Ragdoll. The Mi Ying is gonna have it. You don't need to use the buff. You can just big hit on the Mi Ying. He comes back, no damage. These defense buffs, no strip, have been so instrumental.
They've been so key, especially with a minimal amount of healing on the team. So it's like you need those defense buffs. That first kill on Amelia, but she'll be back eventually.
If she gets the freeze, this is gonna be huge. No freeze! Now, the Ragdoll comes in. Evan, he needs this torrent. He needs the proc on top of it because I don't think it's enough. Proc!
It's about
no
half.
proc.
It's half as much as what he needed. I don't even know if a first skill could have finished that up. But now she's in range. Mi Ying.
True Whale has used all his RNG on that Hawthorne. Mi Ying finishes it off.
And Tyrannus is
Revive.
right there.
Is the provoke working?
Can we see if the provokes are?
Oh, big time, baby.
Nice, landed it. Very smart, Tyrannus, putting it on one of the damage monsters. This would have been the chance. This would have been the time.
If Ganny wasn't on the other side.
If Ganny wasn't on the other side, this would have been a great time to see that third skill come out.
He goes for the Ganny, very smart. Now he has a chance to burn that Amelia down if he gets a proc. I don't think it's enough with the defense buff. He goes for it, goes for the Amelia. No death break! Oh my god. No death break,
even
no
land
proc.
the defense break when he goes for it. True Whale needed that.
This Amelia is probably 100% rest.
Has
That's how
to
you
be.
build it.
Yeah,
that's how
has
you
to.
build it. Goes for the big hit, and the Panda's at 1 HP.
So close. He's gonna be able to. He's gonna finish that off, no doubt. I almost would have gone for the second skill off of Mi Ying, but I don't know if it would have made that much of a difference. 15%.
The bear kills the panda. We're seeing animal cruelty right here.
This is a zoo. This is a zoo is what this is. Committing more than is necessary to kill the Mi Ying right there.
And
This
the
is hard.
glancing doesn't even let Ragdoll finish it up. And with this, we see a huge turnaround. And once again, like we said, not banning one of the immunities kind of made it really hard to get the damage through.
Because the strat was on Hawthorne. Now not even Ragdoll's second skill, Torrent, ignoring defense below 30%, can make it there because Ganny's always going to be there to seal magic on him.
And the question is, if you have immunity all the time, how is Mi Ying becoming viable? No
There's
death
no
break
defense break.
into proc, no damage. Proc from Hawthorne doesn't do a lot. The question is, if you're playing against Tyrannus and you don't have enough damage to snipe, and it's a long game, it gets worse and worse. And when you have his brother by his side,
And you're getting weaker. Tyrannus is staying equally strong. That's
Even stronger.
The
stronger.
defense buff, it's even
Yeah.
stronger. Yeah.
even stronger. HP goes down, defense hits harder. Is stun. Oh, and a proc. Can he get this? Goes for the Tyrannus, but the proc over
Good.
here.
Bringing back Amelia. You wanted more Amelia. He's got you on the Amelia.
Yeah.
How to play wants to make sure that she's here at the end of the game.
This is it. Ragdoll, everything in. Kill the Amelia again. No, proc.
And Hawthorne needs to proc, and she doesn't. What a shame. Wild Blow committing everything to killing the Hawthorne right there. And this is looking like a wrap for
She
how to play.
heals now. 10%.
Yeah.
Provoke on the Ragdoll, and this is game. True Will must be thinking, how am I going to adapt to hit this? I can't let him have Ganny and Tyrannus again.
No, that combo is too strong. It keeps around anything you want. Ganny is the combo facilitator.
And
even
it's the
after
counter
even in
at the same
2020,
time.
huge hit from Tyrannus, almost about to lock out the game. Pater closes it out 2-1. How to play is now at game point.
Oh my God, he's one game away. He started down, but he figured out how to deal with his extremely bruisery comp and most incredibly with the Hawthorne.
Yeah, even with the Hawthorne, he managed to negate the Hawthorne's value the whole game. She was looking for the chance to do the skill 3, but it was never up because Ganny kept sealing magic. He's been the MVP for me today. I think Ganny's the MVP.
He has been incredible.
Yeah.
I feel that the question is, if Ganny was there and there was only one immunity for Hawthorne, there's a lot of space. You sleep that immunity, You have free reign. Right?
Banning one of the immunities might have been a better option.
Yeah.
I think that was a good call.
And on his side, on how to play side, banning the Fran just proved to be incredible. No immunity, less sustain, only the Miying heals coming in. That was a really great.
It was a great How to Play had more control over True Whale's turns than he basically dictated the flow of the match. You said something really apt. He likes to dictate the tempo that a game is played at. I thought that was very apt, and it can be applied here too. Like, he basically decided how we were going to play that, how we were going to navigate that.
And
field.
for people in chat that play RTA, we know we have a lot of great players in chat, but if you're a beginner or something else, sometimes the right ban is not the LDNet 5, is the LDNet 3.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
the immunity made everything function.
It would have been
team.
much more difficult in that place. We're going on to game number 4, and again, How to Play is at match point.
Truewell needs this one. We're gonna see how it's gonna come up to with, again, the pre-bans. Is he gonna pre-ban the Hathor so How to Play doesn't have it, or is he gonna risk it all and say, I think How to Play will pick the Ganny, and I'm gonna risk getting the Hathor?
You got to choose one part of the combo to break up. I'd like the Ganymede at this point. I'm liking Ganny. Hathor is, there's too much influence on your enemy.
It depends. The problem is that How to Play has the Gianna, so you don't want to leave the Gianna Hathor combo, right? And you don't have the Gianna to take it away, so he stays with the Hathor ban. Pre-ban on the Fran, guys. We have
the Legend Tournament.
Almost all LDNet 5s on this side. And we see a ban on Fran.
Ancient Coin Shop. 40 Ancient Coin.
Tyrannus. He can lock down the Ganny right now and take it away from him. But we haven't seen. Oh, it comes up. I like this.
That was a great call,
True Will.
That was a great call. We talked about that. Ganymede is the enemy of Tyrannus just as much as he's his best friend.
But then again, How to Play can bring double immunity and make it really hard for How to Play to deal with it, which is what I'm expecting, or simply banning that.
Gianna coming out from How to Play right now, thinking about who else to pick. Love an immunity option would be great. Are we going to see Pater again? Are we going to see the brothers paired together?
Arda
won't let True Whale have it.
It's a lot of damage. I think he's going on for a lot of control. Are we going to see the combo, the Ciara Gianna? We haven't seen it today yet. Or is he going to stay with something more conservative? If by any chance True Whale doesn't pick any Death Breakers right now, we might see Leona coming out.
Oh, that would be really fun to see.
How to Play has Leona, Tianlang, Yon Hong, Akroma, and
there's so much more going on. How to Play has Yon Hong as well. I think we've seen Yon Hong come out from him. Annabelle, there's the Annabelle that was banned earlier, pre-banned earlier.
Nefties, and no Ciara probably because he only has one strip. So Annabelle's really strong here. Maybe a less pick immunity for True Will coming in to protect his Dragon Knights in case the Annabelle gets banned. Is he going to risk it? Oh, the Ciara. I've been asking for it. Thank you. Thank you.
It's funny that we're just seeing this now. This is a combo that you normally see.
He saved it. Yeah. He saved it. And finally, True Will. You need immunity. Is Valajul amazing here? Yes, I think so. Is Amelia great? A little bit less because I would like to see more damage. If Valajul is here, Valajul can kill Ciara, can kill a Tyrannus. And then you ban the Gianna, you take the odds, or is he going to go full YOLO? He knows that there's no immunity and bring a Belinus, an Asima, something like that.
Ileana.
Okay.
So playing a little bit safer. How to Play is really dialing in on that aggressive play style right now that he's known for. The Ciara Gianna combo is very threatening.
Yeah, I would have loved to see Lucina.
And easy ban on Ileana. He has so much on his side that relies on landing those debuffs, landing bombs, etc. I think How to Play's got a very good looking start in the pick ban phase.
I'm very afraid of that combo Gianna Ciara.
Yeah.
I never like to let them. I always split them. But now he banned the Nefties. Let's see how it's gonna work out. Is this Annabelle 100% resist? If she is
likely,
and she resists, she can win the match for him. If you have an occult girl at home, raise your hand in chat. First turn is Gianna, obviously.
Off will too.
Yes, she doesn't want to get stunned, but she already gets bombed.
Increase attack bar too. Is that? Look at that. She can cleanse if she wants to.
Yeah, but the Ciara's coming in, but she has to do it.
For it. Mm-hmm.
The Ganny, right now, no reset target to do. He can just give it back. Give her cooldown back. The bomb is going to come in. She'll probably detonate it because she knows.
If she doesn't detonate it now, it's never going to go off. It's
resist. No resist on the stun.
About 60% is going to come off of that health right now, considering the dot that's going to come later. Oh, a good strip from Artemio, lining everybody up for some damage later. Justiça!
The damage from Nice Portuguese
Thank you.
from the Tyrannus will come in, and the heal on Ciara. This is it. Can he try to provoke? Yes, sir. He has it. The provoke is coming in.
Good soul protect on that
Only
asset.
on one monster.
Only on
If the NFL procs, she procs.
Good
Ladies
proc.
and gentlemen, he can go for the safe play with a cleanse or go for the death break risky play.
Three.
Yes! He goes for it, but gets stunned back. I do not like that play. I'm very scared. I'm a very scared
I
player.
know.
You
I
know.
love the greed. This is the kind of thing we got to see when you're trying to come back. How to play is being aggressive. True Whale needs to match that, and I bet that's where his head was at right there.
Perfect reset on Tyrannus. He has to bank on that. There's no revive for him right now. He needs to hit hard. Life drain. That's on Vamp. Let's go.
Coming through the defense buff is such a difficult task. He's trying to get some damage in, but this is so tanky. He's net 0 right now. This is him at base. This is him at what he is.
Tries to keep going on the Annabelle. I don't think she's gonna survive. The bomb. If he puts it on, she can cleanse it. So he puts it on someone else. That's okay.
He's gonna force
gain
it.
attack bar, and probably Tyrannus will kill her. That's why I wanted the heal from Annabelle.
Nice one hit from Tyrannus.
Oh, the
A stun.
stun.
Close enough. Close enough.
She's dead. She's a dead girl, and that's gonna change the match completely. Everything is banking on these Dragon Knights. No cleanse
There's
right
no
now.
cleanse. Look at True. He's thinking about his options. He's thinking about the future, seeing what he can do. I don't think his Jaeger is going to be able to.
Oh, kills it. It's gonna be Ragdoll against 3, but the bombs from Ciara are here. He needs to glance Ciara and kill Ciara ASAP.
Looming
Yesterday.
overhead like a comet. Seeing if he can. He took out a monster on the way out, resetting the Jaeger. Only not a lot of options. I think the
If he
Jaeger's
doesn't
gonna
die,
peace out right now.
Are these bombs gonna kill him? If it doesn't kill him, he has a chance to
Can
one
he
shot.
survive? Nope. Two
Yes.
bombs is a lot.
Very
That's hard to
risky
ask for.
play. Very risky. No glancing on Ciara right now. Bomb on the other Dragon Knight. This is about to seal it, boys and girls. This is an amazing bomb show.
Misses it. It's hard, but if he can survive that bomb
And not get stunned.
and not get stunned, he could torrent his way to victory. But that is a tough-looking bomb. We've seen that
Resets the
thing
Ciara. Very good choice. He needs to go for it. And then not die and
not
kill the
gonna-
Artemio.
And
no!
That's it. You hate to see. Ragdoll is out to the bomb. How to play. Looking at that third point. Looking to be our RTA Season 13 legend after this game. True Whale sitting with the Ganymede.
For the second time after season 10. 3 seasons later, How to Play is locking it down. Goes with a combo. Ciara, Gianna, the Annabelle almost had it, but that heal didn't come out in the clutch moment. And How to Play wins it all, Evan.
How to Play, our RTA Season 13 legend, showing that even after Season 10, he's got another one in him. He's getting another lock into the Hall of Fame. What an amazing series of games.
We have another 2 times winner. Next time he can go to try and tie Tomato and Freeman.
Yeah, now all of a sudden he's in the running for having the most number of legends next to his name. That's pretty incredible. True Whale, great show, by the way. Amazing attempt. We love seeing
Amazing
her
pick and
get
ban
all the
phases
way to
from
finals.
both players.
Yes.
The Annabelle pick was incredible.
Yes, it
I
was
love
so
that.
good that How to Play recognized it and was like, I got to get rid of that first. I got to post-ban that if I can. Yeah, that was a great pick. And How to Play, I love the shift to the more aggressive play style. You could tell he was trying to lock it out in that third game. He wasn't trying to drag this into a 5-game set. He was like, 4 is plenty. I'm going to be aggressive and lock it down.
And he saved that Ciara for the clutch match, for the moment where he had the point to finish it off.
Yeah, that was a pretty incredible shift from How to Play. And True Whale put up a heck of a fight. And to everybody else who participated today, this was a great legend tournament. And a weirdly bruiser, it was very bruiser
We
heavy.
called it. We
Yeah.
called it. G3 is extremely survivability. Lots of turns, lots of chances for procs, heals, stuns coming out,
Yeah.
and that's why monsters like the Druids are so big, because they do everything. They have provoke. They have always some type of either immunity, debuffs that they're putting on. They stun and reduce attack bar on the first skill. Their kits are so complex when compared to monsters like the Dragons, for example, that have the highest multiplier on the first kill, but do
nothing on top of that. The MVPs for me today were the combination of Danny and Tyrannus. I think they really showed their stuff today.
Completely agree, and on top of that, even Tyrannus by himself.
Yeah, Tyrannus alone. That was season 2, episode 7. Tyrannus alone. That's
Incredible,
what it is.
incredible. We saw a lot of Dragon Knight action, but if you're at home and you're seeing this, now you know also that there's a way to counter them.
That was great. Guys, that was the final set. That means that we have another coupon code coming up for you. This is the last one of the night. Just to say thank you for joining us. We know that it's really late or very early for you wherever you are in the world right now. We know it's very late for us. Here you go, LT Thank You 13, and that's for Android. That's the code for Android. Be sure to take a look at what our mods are put in the chat if you're on iOS.
100 summoning stones.
I'm going to use that. Tyrannus is in the rotation right
That's
now.
what I was going to say.
Tyrannus is in the rotation right now.
Do it right now.
I'm going to... right after the stream, I'm going to get this, and then I'm going to try to go get a Tyrannus.
Summon and tell us in chat if you got Tyrannus. Just say Tyrannus. I'm going to watch the VOD later.
Summon on 4780.
Yeah, baby.
Let's see how many lightnings there are. That was awesome. Guys, thank you so much. So this is great. Tyrannus was the MVP. Nefties for the set. Tion Lang for the setup. Tion Lang for the setup for Nefties.
And we're going to have some highlights in a couple seconds, seeing how these 4 matches decided that how to play...
knows how to play.
Yeah.
He'll teach you how to play. How do you play? I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking. Yeah, how to play. Took it to go. Here you go. Highlights from the final set. We have how to play versus True Whale. This is the first round that we saw here. This
Leona last pick, making you have to ban it. Now,
you guys remember this?
True Whale, yep. This Hathor just carried the match.
Yeah.
For True Whale, we can see that How to Play had a lot of control, but then the Hathor kept coming in the clutch. He got rid of the Pater, and once Pater is gone, this is the Wild West.
Yes, it's all Hathor all the time. Vivichel, not looking so much like a Vivichel.
Is that Vivichel? That looks green
like
and yellow.
Yeah, it looks more like a little bit of a Triana missing the passive.
Exactly.
Yeah, that whole game, we never saw the third skill come out once. That was a difficult one.
And on game number 2, we had to redo it because we had that problem with connection. The Tion Lang came back and said, second chances, that's my type of thing.
Yeah, that was a Tion Lang set up for what Nefties had to bring, and then How to Play carried it home.
The Fran never recovered. The Nefties kept getting ventilated by Genny, and like you said, Genny was an incredible monster tonight. Brought everything, reset, ventilate, made his team better. He's like the LeBron James of summoners.
Yeah, exactly. He is the combo facilitator. He has been since 2017. He's had multiple nerfs, but he is still here and here to stay. He doesn't ventilate himself, he doesn't strip, but he doesn't need to. He's a team player. Always has been, always will be.
Makes others better. And right now, I think that the most important part of this was actually the pick and ban. 2 immunities, making it really hard for you to control the resist from the try to reset, and then Tyrannus hitting twice.
And the Amelia that just wouldn't die. It just wouldn't stay dead. And Tyrannus bringing it back, soul protection, like everything. The defense buff. Look at that. There's
on top of defense buff, immunity on top of immunity. How do you go through that wall?
You can't. Hathor, unfortunately, was not very impactful in that game.
An important thing, even though the kits of the Druids were treated as supports in the beginning, people realized after that they're amazing damage dealers. So they're built on damage right now. So you have 2 monsters that are extremely tanky, like Tyrannus and Pater, but they're built on damage.
The way people have adapted their builds for the Druids is unlike anything I've ever seen in Summoner's War. Like, they have evolved the most over time, I would argue.
I would love to shout out Havitones. That was the first guy to play Tyrannus damage.
Havitones.
He even taught Thompson how to do it.
And I remember talking to him about Abellio options and like all these different things, like the viability of all the Druids. It was great. Love talking to Havitones about it.
This was the moment, the opening. He went for the greedy play with the Death Break and not for the heal. That's when,
if he had healed.
Yeah, as a scared player, I don't think it's a misplay. I would say that everything in this game is options. You take avenues. If it didn't get stunned, he might have come on top. You know?
Exactly.
But he risked it. Is assessing the risk that you want to take and deciding what type of player you are. I'm a very scared player.
Yes.
And I lose a lot of games because of that.
You are, and I'm a very greedy player, and I lose a lot of games because of that. It's all, like you said, it's avenues, and I think the one he chose it was right for him in the moment.
It was great.
But
The Artemo came in and hit that clutch stuff.
And he hit it, and it was, oh man, he just couldn't recover. Great games, amazing final set. Thank you so much for everybody that participated, and congratulations to How to Play for becoming the RTA Season 13 legend, not once, but a second time.
Yeah. And we hope to see more of these amazing 4 players. We loved all your pick and bans. A lot of LDs coming in. The pre-bans on
Friend, yeah. Yeah, the pre-bans
exactly.
on
The Josephine carrying a match. So we would love to see more of this. Reminding everyone that SWC 2020 is coming. Season 12 and Season 13 are the ones that matter for this. So if you got a G3 or a G2 in this season, make sure to go in game and sign up for that amazing tournament. We want to see you there.
That's right. Pre-registration is live in the events page. Let's take a look at how we got to where we are today in the Legend Tournament. We came all the way from the semifinals into the finals with How to Play, coming up with a 3-1 against True Whale to become the RTA Season Legend for a second time. Congratulations to How to Play. You earned it. Very aggressive approach in that last one to lock out the game. Love watching your surgical precision in the games.
Great ban on the Fran on that game before and turning it around. Losing one, it's really tough mentally, and then coming back from that, both players playing very safe, very mathematically, and we love to see that. We learn a lot.
You can learn a lot about how to play from watching these guys. Amazing show, everyone. This was one of my favorite Legend tournaments thus far. We hope you all enjoyed it. Remember to get those coupon codes. I know one of them just flashed at the bottom.
And
here.
our mods in chat are sharing them. Give them our love, please. They've been working this late with all of you guys.
It's past 2 a.m. for us over here. They've been working really hard. Send some hearts in chat for them. We love you guys. Thank you so much. And make sure to summon for Tyrannus tonight if you don't have one, because I'm going to be doing that.
Yeah, I don't want another Tyrannus. I'm fine.
Yeah, I'd just love a first one. Seth, this has been a long time coming, man.
It was an amazing, like 4 seasons waiting for this.
4 or 5-ish? I forget what the last one was. It was 8 or 9.
You guys remember us? Remind us in chat if it was season 8 or 9 the last time we did it together. But really glad to be up here.
We hope you enjoyed it. And again, if you'd like to see more, we do stream here on twitch.tv/ComeToUSUSA. If you're watching on YouTube, this was sort of a maiden voyage for us on this channel. If you enjoyed us, please let us know. Come follow us on Twitch and watch our YouTube, because we got some videos coming out over the weekend. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with us at the Legend Tournament for RTA Season 13. This has been Come to a 7.
And come to us 7.
We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.